Hello, everybody, and welcome to Historic Holman Stadium, scene of tonight's Futures Collegiate League baseball game between the host Nashua Silver Knights and the visiting Piittsfield Suns. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. It is a overcast start to the game. Definitely feels like summer as far as being warm and muggy as we get to start this 9-inning contest. A couple of teams in the have-nots category. If you want to divide the 8-team league into 4 and 4, you have the top 4 teams in the standings in the FCBL within 4 games of first place, if not in first place, if you're the Worcester Bravehearts. And then you have the have-nots. The Silver Knights have struggled a bit this season, and they find themselves next to last ahead of the Brockton Rocks, but they have had 40 games. They've won 13, and they are hoping to go on a second-half winning streak here. It's pretty much marked by the Major League All-Star game as well as the midway point of the FCBL season. Here we are on July 12th of 2023. You see that Al St. Louis is about to sing the national anthem. We have Tim O'Neill on camera once again here at Holman. Well, the Silver Knights certainly coming off an exciting win last night over one of the top teams in the league. They defeated the Vermont Lake Monsters 8-5 in a monster night for Shane McNamara, who headlined the victory with a first-inning grand slam. Shane was 3 for 3 in the game, the grand slam and a sacrifice fly on top of it. 5 runs batted in for the contest, and they needed all of them to beat the second place Vermont Lake Monsters by a score of 8-5. Will Fosberg had a 3-hit night of his own in that one and had 2 runs batted in. Brady O'Brien had a hit also to give the 3 batters in the middle of the order, the 4 through 6 hitters, were 7 for 12 on the night with 7 runs batted in. So you get a performance like that offensively with the Silver Knights starting pitching performance, and it's a winning formula that manager Kyle McNamara would love to see a lot more of going forward. Kyle Jackson, excuse me. So Kyle Jackson, veteran manager of the Silver Knights, he's seen the team go on quite a few runs in the course of his career here at Holman, and I'm sure Tom King has as well. He can talk about the prospects for the Silver Knights to go on such a winning streak coming up. Tonight is higher education night at Holman Stadium. Plenty of great seats still to be had. A lot of great colleges will be represented during the course of tonight's game, and we look forward to the affiliated activities to go with higher education night, or college night, as they also call it here. We're getting set for our national anthem, and once again, we'll be hearing from Al St. Louis.
Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to please stand or direct your attention to the American flag located in left field for the singing of our national anthem. Being sung tonight by an 8-time world record holder with over 5,000 performances. Please welcome Nashua's own Al St. Louis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And with that, we are ready for baseball at Holman. A check of the Nashua weather radar before the game shows that there is some bit of rain activity out to our west that seems to be creeping this way on the New Hampshire-Massachusetts border. Might be a threat around, say, 7:30. We've got a 6 o'clock start, and we should have a lot of baseball that will be able to safely get in here, in, if not the entire game. That would be just a guess at this point how that slow-moving system might affect this one, but hopefully it'll be another complete game like they had last night in that exciting 8-5 victory over the Lake Monsters. The Suns come in with a record of 16-22. They're 7 games behind the leaders. And at 11 games back, the Silver Knights have had some comebacks that would surpass that. I think they were down by more than a dozen one season when they went all the way. At one point, they were down in the standings earlier in the season. So we'll see what happens as we watch Trevor Annaball take his warm-up tosses. The right-hander who will be working to Kyle Levine behind the dish tonight. I don't know if you watched the Major League All-Star game last night, but it was a pitching-dominated contest that one good hurler after another that was keeping the best hitters in the universe off balance for much of the night. Game was won by a journeyman catcher from the Colorado Rockies playing in his first All-Star game. Big come from behind two-run homer to get the game's MVP. Just another lesson in that you never know what is going to happen in a baseball game. That's one of the joys of the game. Jimmy King draws leadoff duty here for the Suns. Steps in on the right side and looks at a fastball away at 91 on the gun from Trevor Annaball with a 6:03 start to the contest. Plenty of great seats still to be had. And on Higher Education Night, we're welcoming our Hudson cable TV viewers and our Merrimack TV viewers who are watching it live on a Wednesday, July 12. So we welcome our out-of-town viewers and, of course, our regulars on Nashua ETV. Shane Walkley makes the catch over in foul territory, taking advantage of that extra space that is afforded to pitchers here on the right side and especially on the left side of the diamond here at Holman. Shane playing that one like he was in his own backyard, very comfortably in front of the fence over there where the bullpen crew sets up. And it's a pop out by Jimmy King to begin the ball game. One up and one down, and the left-handed hitter Powell standing in there takes a nice healthy cut at the first pitch, swings through it for strike one. Open stance, well back in the box, goes to bunt the 0-1 pitch. Bunted at it. I don't know if he got a piece of it, but it ended up in foul territory. And interesting that the scoreboard says 1-1. That looked like a bunt attempt to me, and maybe it's 0-2. We'll have to see if we can get a. Well, it's definitely 2 strikes now as he fouls the 88-mile-an-hour two-seamer away right over us here behind Holman Stadium's press box main window. Best seat in the house. The 1-2 pitch on the way for Trevor Annaball, just protecting the outside corner. You can see that Powell just punching at it and did a good job of spoiling what could have been called strike 3. So good placement by Annaball in a battle here with the number 2 hitter of the Suns with none on and one out here in the top half of the first. Curveball slowly hit towards the middle. Brady O'Brien has it smoothly over to first to Walkley for out number 2. Pop up and a ground ball and 2 quick outs here.
University of Pennsylvania.
in the top of the first.
Davis Baker.
Davis Baker from the University of Pennsylvania, the 3-hitter on this Suns team. Always got to expect the best hitters in the lineup will probably be your 2, 3, 4 hitters, and if not the leadoff guy. So Trevor Annaball wants to get off to a great start here. He'll have to retire probably the Suns' top hitter here in Davis Baker. Gets out of the way of that one. It's 2 balls and no strikes to the big left-handed hitter. Plays shortstop for the Suns. Very high left sides behind the infield. Brady O'Brien is there first. And letting him take it is Teddy Cashman. Good decision. And so 3 up and 3 down in the top half of the first. Trevor Annaball looking strong as he gives way to the offense here at Holman on Nashua ETV.
Hi, my name is Ben Russo. I'm from Rhode Island College. We are a medium-sized public school located in Providence, Rhode Island. We offer a wide variety of majors, over 90 in fact, anywhere from cybersecurity to sports management to secondary education in English to medical imaging. We also have over 20 sports, 20 varsity sports, so we cater to basically any type of student.
Hi, my name is Wendy Ferrucci. I'm Assistant Director of Admission at the University of New Hampshire in Durham, the state flagship university. We are here tonight at the Silver Knights game just to talk to people about the different opportunities that are available to them in New Hampshire. And I'd like to introduce my coworker Alexa, who works at the University of Manchester.
Hi, my name is Alexa Keogh. I'm an admission counselor at the Manchester branch of the University of New Hampshire, and we're here to talk to some local students about opportunities that they can take advantage of there.
Luca Giolongo draws leadoff duty for the Silver Knights.
And I pulled a John Collins tonight.
You didn't know it skipped your mind that there was
Well,
a game tonight.
I knew I had a game, but I had other work I was doing.
Yeah.
And I said I can get there a little late. You know, I mean, it's a little different than high
Did you run
school.
into traffic?
No, it was a
man.
breeze. It was a breeze.
The traffic in Nashua has really picked up noticeably in the past year or so.
There's
Canal
a
Street coming out of Hudson is just
that's
terrible.
awful. That's awful. But I don't come from that direction.
Right.
The problem I run into John Collins is along Broad Street where that light ties you up.
Sure, yeah.
So I take a back way.
Oh.
Yep.
The secret way.
Yes, I take a secret way. Sometimes. Tonight I didn't. You know why? Because I judged from what I saw near the National Mall area, that, where the bridge over the highway, I judged that the traffic on Broad wasn't going to be that bad, and I was correct. Just like I can judge Holman Stadium crowds. So,
Tom, the battle of the have-nots in the FCBL standings for the moment. You got the Suns just ahead of the Silver Knights, and you got those top 4 teams just within 4 games of each other of the top of the standings. Does this Silver Knights team have it in them to go on a second-half run?
I wish I could say they do, but, if this was 2 weeks ago with this team, with the current team that we have now here, I'd say, they can make up some ground, but they have to make up
a lot of ground.
11 games in 24 or 25.
Ooh.
That's not going to happen. I don't think. So, if this was a few weeks ago, yes,
Well,
and this guy's one of the
Tom.
this guy's one of the reasons why Luca Giolongo. He's a great. He gets on base. He's a threat to score. He's got all that speed. And let's hope that some college coaches are looking at him. He's got 2 more years of eligibility left after graduating from New England College because of COVID.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 years of eligibility left. He's been in the portal for a while, and no one's picked him up. So let's hope somebody takes a good look at him.
Jack McDermott steps in there, the Silver Knights' third baseman, batting with no out and 1 on here in the bottom of the first inning in a 0-0 game.
McDermott had a night to remember on Friday. He had a homer. He had reached base 5 times, 4 RBIs. So he was, he's been their hottest hitter. Now McNamara has been their most consistent hitter and did that again last night with the grand slam home run, but he also had 2 other hits.
There goes Giolongo. Ball's in the dirt. Picked a perfect pitch to steal.
Yes, he did. Another stolen base for Luca Giolongo. Keep your eyes out for some more info on Luca Giolongo maybe a week from this weekend.
All right.
It'll be, he's got quite a story to tell.
And I'm sure Tom is right on top of it. Nolan Puglisi, the starting pitcher for the Piittsfield Suns, 6'4", 200-pounder, Siena College commit. He's from Northampton, Massachusetts. Went to Williston, Northampton.
Yeah, local, Pittsfield area.
So a bit of a struggle here to begin the game. And a base
Out
hit to
there,
left
and
center.
there's your run.
Giolongo got a late jump.
He'll score
he waved
easily.
home
You kidding me? John, he could start now and he'd still make it home.
Yep, he played it safe, but he scored. That ball almost was in the gap fully.
Yeah, I thought McDermott was going to get a double out of it. I was wondering if he was going to try to leg one.
I think he had a chance.
I think he had a real good chance.
They would have made a perfect throw.
Yep. But here the Knights are, starting with the first inning once again. And, on top. So, yesterday they loaded the bases with nobody out, and McNamara swung at the first pitch and sent it over the wall.
Down and in, pops away just far enough that McDermott will make it to second easily.
Yep.
That's a pass ball, I think. It hit him in the equipment on the fly. Heads-up play by McDermott to get into scoring position. Still nobody out here, bottom of the first inning.
And see, this is one of the reasons why I would say if there's 2 weeks ago they would have a chance, because Kyle Wolf is back on this team, and he really brings a whole new dimension. He just strengthens the lineup. He's that good a hitter at this level in this league. And, without him, they were kind of scuffling in the middle of the order a little bit, except for McNamara and maybe the occasional pop by Brady O'Brien, who's on double deck. So, but Wolf, joining the team last Friday, he hadn't played all summer. And he was he made an impact right away.
Kyle Wolf takes a curveball away in the dirt, 2-1.
Of course, people will remember him for the game-winning home run that won the FCBL championship, with McDermott at second base, just as it is right now, John Collins.
Deja vu. Big boy, Kyle Wolf, 6'1", 220, bangs one foul.
He's gotten bigger since I've last seen him, which was last August, 11 months ago.
Yeah, looks like he's been doing some leg work in the gym, sophomore at Boston College.
And of course, Boston College, John, is in an upheaval right now with their baseball program. Mike Gambino left to go to Penn State after he had verbally, I believe, accepted a 5-year extension at BC. And this is going to be an interesting play at third. No, he'll be standing up. Catcher's having some trouble back there.
Yeah, I guess you got to call that a wild pitch.
Yep.
Because it bounced well short of the plate, but you're right, not able to control it.
Now all Wolf has to do on a 3-2 pitch is lift it in the air for a run if he can get it out deep enough.
Puglisi has been bouncing a lot of these, starting in his warm-up tosses before the inning. Full count to Wolf. Rips it way foul.
Your car over there, John?
And it hits somebody's car on the fly.
Yep.
No,
that is why you never park there.
For that reason.
Yep.
Yep.
In fact, I'm not even in the lot.
That is a safe zone for the kids because of the big net.
Right.
Not a safe zone for the vehicles, as you just heard maybe at home. Ball four to Wolf, still nobody out. First and third now for the Silver Knights, and the uber dangerous Shane McNamara striding to the plate. That will be a mound conference for the Suns.
Yep. See, what hurt Nashua was, boy, if you look at a distance, you think Kyle Jackson was walking out to the mound. I mean, same colors, the whole bit, right? He's got facial hair.
Does, at the same pace.
Yeah, same pace, the whole thing. But not tall enough. But the problem they had was the now they've done a good job against Vermont. They've got 2 home wins in the last, less than a week over Vermont. They were having to play a lot of the teams above, the 3 teams above, or the 4 top teams in the playoff chase. And that set them back, even though they've been playing better. But now the wins, they're starting to show for it. Norwich is just giving them a hard time, and I believe they're close to, if not done, with Norwich. They played Norwich a lot over the last 3 weeks, and that set Nashua back. But that month of June, that horrendous start, 3-15, I think it was, somewhere around there, just can't do that in this league and recuperate. It's too good.
Where did Shane hit that grand slam?
Over left field wall, not the picnic area, opposite way. I think over the New England Power sign. I'm pretty sure he goes the opposite way.
Yeah.
That's why I thought he should have been the choice for a home run derby that was earlier in the year against Brockton, because I think he could have done it.
Do that,
and they went out. They chose Shane Walkley, who tried to pull everything, and you just can't pull it all the time down that right field line.
Big swing on the slow breaker.
That's how you pitch Shane McNamara. You give him the slow one, the breaking ball. That's the pitch he has the most trouble with.
You don't let him hit that fastball the other way.
Right, and he hit the first pitch that he got the other night, last night.
1-1 stays up.
And I'd wait out this pitcher. He just hasn't shown. Puglisi just hasn't shown that he's got a good control of the strike zone.
But McNamara does have the count his way here. 2-1. The pitch outside. 3-1.
Yep, there you go.
90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Now, what are you gonna get? Is Puglisi gonna give in? I'd go with a curveball.
I think he's going to try to hit the outside corner with the backdoor curve.
I think he's going to go off speed. He's not going to get a fastball. Shouldn't anyway.
Ooh, he did,
out.
And he missed it by a lot. And
right.
Scrambling to keep the runner from scoring from third, because the runner from first going to walk to second along with McNamara to first base. So 2 walks in the inning. 3 walks in the inning, excuse me. The leadoff walk to Giolongo. And Wolf and McNamara around the base hit, the RBI single by McDermott. So all kinds of trouble with the first 4 hitters for Nolan Puglisi, the starter for the Suns, trying to avoid a crooked number here. Great opportunity for Brady O'Brien. The Silver Knights shortstop stepping up with the bases loaded and nobody out. Backs away from a fastball inside. Puglisi's lack of command doing him no favors in this situation.
Very off with his command.
The 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball finds the inside corner. Paint. As the hat falls off, Puglisi for about the 4th time in this inning. I don't know if he doesn't care whether it fits or not, but that would bug me.
Bases loaded, nobody out. You got to come up with runs here.
Curveball in the dirt. Good block that time by Ryan to control it. Didn't go anywhere. Off the dish. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now their hitters count for a Silver Knights batter. With ducks on the pond. Bases loaded. And that's on the inside corner. That gets
up
a
and
look.
in. Bro, Brian gave the ump a look. Up and in.
Maybe generous on that, but a great pitch.
Yeah, now O'Brien's going to be in swing mode. Watch.
Breaking balls in the dirt. He checks his swing. And
the bat falls off again.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's not the adjustable kind, with the perforations.
I don't know. I hate wearing hats.
Yeah. It's a size too big, though. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Bounded over the mound. A nice glove play by the second baseman. They'll get one. That's it. It's an RBI ground out by Brady O'Brien. 2-0. The Silver Knights lead. Good play by the second baseman.
Yeah, the
King,
slow
Jimmy
bouncer
King.
his slow bouncer over the mound, and King made a nice grab. He knew he had to prevent it from going to the outfield to save at least a second run from scoring. And he does just that and gets an out to boot. So
yeah, that had a lot of overspin on it.
Yeah,
and
it did.
Was so deep in the infield with Brady O'Brien running, there was no chance for a double play. So that was an optimal outcome for the defense of the Suns. They get their first out of the inning, first and third now. O'Brien with a healthy lead off of first. And
the hat goes off again.
Yep. It was coming off in the warm-ups.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
I know.
Umpire's got to tell them to get into the hat.
Matt Alexander, the batter, as he checks in on O'Brien over at first base. Nolan Puglisi
on deck, Shane Walkley, who can put it out.
the 1-0. That, you know, that time the hat was worse. It came down and covered his eyes on the follow through. The ball comes back at him. He's not going to be able to see it.
You wonder if, and they're on the road, so it's not like they have a bunch of hats in the dugout, right?
Yeah, I mean, just take one from the second baseman.
Yeah.
You know, whoever can have a small.
And there it goes. There it goes
Yeah.
again. All right, so what should he have on, John?
Well, he probably takes a 7 and an 1/8, and he's got a 7.5 on. You know, I mean, they have the hat sizes in there, on the tag usually. If they're not the
here.
adjustable kind.
Green light? No, I wouldn't.
That's the ball. That loads his bases again.
Where was that?
That was low and away.
It looked like it might have had part of the plate.
Right, Tim? We got the best angle.
Yeah,
and
I
that is going to be it.
Oh yeah, you got to. He's walked
You got
4
to.
guys.
Oh, you got to.
You'll be out.
And
You know,
also,
you'll be
you got to go back to the hat factory. And
right. Well, at least we don't have to see the hat fall
No.
off anymore. God.
Although, what's the DraftKings odds on the hat falling off the next guy?
Nah,
No, I
Won't
guess
happen.
I agree. That would be something though.
won't happen.
So, it was not Nolan Puglisi's night.
So here's what you do if you're Nashua. You mentioned it. You know, can they make a run? All you just keep winning, right?
Yeah, one game at a time.
One game at a time, but also just one team at a time.
One team at a time.
You know, get up to the next team.
Yeah, and
past
the next
them.
team is the Suns right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Try to get past them. Then work on the next team if you can. You know, those types of things. You've got 3.5 weeks to play. The season ends. If I have my schedule in here, which I do. Hold on a second. Of course, I don't have my reading glasses on, but I can think these are big enough. The season ends on August 6th. And it ends with a game against Vermont here, which Vermont will already be in the playoffs. They won't have much to play for. But that's when the season ends. Sunday, August 6th.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, we're right now on July 12th. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 full weeks and 4 games after that. So, and there's a lot of time off in between, though, because there's an all-star break.
Right.
So you don't have as many games as you would think in that period of time. In fact, after tonight, John Collins, there are only 6 home games left for the Silver Knights. 2 next week, 2 the week after, and one of those is going to be a big night. I won't be here. You will be probably for it, and it's a big night here on ETV. It'll be the Monkey Boy, Return of Monkey Boy.
Yes, the game that we're doing on the
Friday,
28th.
July 28th. I will not be here for that game, unfortunately. And then they have 3 games in August at home. So, but they do have to play Norwich twice on the road that final week. So, and they have, oh my God, how many times did they play Norwich? This is ridiculous. They got 3 more road games with Norwich. I mean, enough with the Sea Unicorns. I wrote that too. I wrote it in a column. I said, why do they have so many games against Norwich when they don't play Worcester even close to that many games? Worcester's done here, for games here at Holman. In fact, they have to make up a rainout of a week and a half ago at Worcester rather than do it here, which is where they were scheduled to play. So, I mean, because they don't have any more games here with Worcester. I mean, Worcester's 45 minutes away. Norwich is 2 hours and 45 minutes away. I mean, come on. Let's go. Scheduling, not very good. Dave Peterson, blame him. He's the Worcester GM. He's the one who does it. I'm calling him out.
Adrian Wirtz is the new pitcher for the Piittsfield Suns, and he's going to be facing Shane Walkley in a major jam as he comes in the bottom of the first inning. Suns already trailing 2-0. 1 out, bases full.
Why? The strike zone is a problem for Pittsfield.
Andrew Wirtz.
Not the umpire's strike zone, their own strike zone. They're not hitting it.
Andrew Wirtz, correction. New addition apparently to the roster.
And
Rip
there's
to
a
right
base
center
hit.
is going to get down for a hit. 2 runs are going to score, and the Silver Knights double up their lead thanks to the RBI single. First pitch swing, Shane Walkley. Or is it 1-0 count?
1-0 count. Got a pitch over the plate that didn't have a whole lot of velocity. You can see the ball didn't leave with a lot of velocity, but a line drive hit. That's what you're supposed to do with it, right? So the team that couldn't hit in June is hitting 251. They were 202 for the season about a week ago. And in July, they're hitting 250, somewhere around 251, probably a little bit more than that. Yeah, 251 in July.
2 nights in a row, 2 games in a row here at Holman Stadium. Silver Knights putting up 4 runs in the first inning. Last night it was a grand slam. Tonight, single, fielder's choice, 2-run single. And they have 4 on the board, and it's still only 1 out. As Kyle Levine looks at a pitch he could drive and fouls it back to the net.
We saw Kyle Levine for Bishop Girton a few years ago. Played for the Cardinals as a catcher.
Right.
Transferred from Bedford, and then he couldn't play his senior year. He finished in January that year, so he was not eligible to play his senior year.
6'3", 205, another big slugger. Fills up the right-handed batter's box, and scrambling to get that one was
They picked him up about a week ago, I think. They brought some new guys showed up, and they were able to get Wolf. That was big. So they can hit through this lineup.
Yeah, they certainly have sent 8 batters to the plate so far here in the first inning. Very high and deep to center.
Not deep enough.
Going back, making the catch. The lead runner will tag as Powell went back and got it near the warning track. Out number 2, first and third, Silver Knights.
All right, John Collins, we have an interesting hitter up here. A very interesting hitter.
The left fielder, number 13.
Teddy Cashman.
Teddy Cashman.
Great hockey name.
Well,
I combine a Teddy Green.
Well,
and
I
Cashman.
said that when Cam asked me in the winter when I was doing a story on the roster about the last name. Try to pick another sport with that last name.
Oh, how about the general manager of the Yankees?
And that's his son.
Really? Oh, yeah. What a play off balance, and he gets the out call. Oh, I think he got it on style points.
I think he made it.
Yeah,
I think he made it.
We don't have replay in the FCBL because that's one we take a second look at.
That's
but
for sure.
Baker goes into the kitchen and cooks up a defensive gem to end the inning. Would have been another run for the Silver Knights, but they do get 4 as we go to the second inning. It's the Silver Knights 4 and the Suns.
And Kyle Jackson's not happy about it. He is going to have a couple of words with the umpire to discuss it.
Yeah, I mean,
he was safe. There was no doubt in my mind that he was safe, John.
And he's staying there.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I would too if I were Cashman.
Well, that's a video replay base hit, but we don't have it. So,
yeah, they took your toy away a few years ago, on purpose.
Yeah. But great job at getting the ball over there and giving the ump the option by Baker at shortstop. Also, good stretch by Milan at first base.
But 4 runs for the Silver Knights on just 2 hits, but they took advantage of 4 Pittsfield walks, and there were no errors.
Yeah.
And we are
9 batters to the plate.
We're in good shape with that. Where'd the sun go today, John? It disappeared around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock? Around 2 o'clock.
Yeah, it did. I checked the Nashua weather radar, and it showed a rain system creeping west to east on the Mass-New Hampshire border to our west that could get here at 7:30, 7:45.
It was forecasted. I saw some Boston weather, and they said that there might be a shower that comes up north. Of course, they minimize anything that's above, that's north of 495. Yeah. They just don't talk about it. They minimize it. So
I looked to my left, Tom. I thought Tim O'Neill got suddenly younger looking. And it was Michaela Savageau handling the lens. So,
there's some resemblance there, isn't there? Michaela and Tim,
no, Michaela says there's no resemblance.
Yeah, a little bit,
From Kansas State University.
So from Kansas State, not in Kansas anymore.
So if Michaela pulls out a health bar or something like that, then, whatever those things Tim brings to eat, then I'll know that it's definitely,
Okay.
there's a definite resemblance.
So it is the 4-batter in the order for the Suns. Nick English said a strike over the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. 91 on the gun here at Holman. Well, he had a long layoff in between innings, did Trevor Annaball, Tom, in the dugout. Big curveball, sky to left. Brady O'Brien's going back. He's going to call everybody off and make the catch in shallow left field.
Cashman was zipping right in behind him. Cashman is going to, I believe, Lafayette. I'm not sure. He's an incoming freshman, but he played, I think, at a school in Connecticut that had a saint in front of it. I'm not sure what school that was. I forget. Pretty prestigious school, I'm sure. I'm sure his father can afford to send him wherever he wants.
0-1, strike call to Taylor, the left fielder, batting as Annaball is set down the first 5. And overhop
there it is.
there. And
Yep.
I'm going to give that a base hit.
And
That
I'll
was
tell
a
you what,
bad
John.
hop.
I don't know what they did today or if they took any infield or anything else, but the infielders here last night were having the Nashua infielders were having a real hard time playing the hops. And now that's Jack McDermott, who's pretty good, but he's more of a second baseman than a third baseman. But you've got to be ultra careful and be aggressive with these hops in this infield. Because if you sit back on it, the ball's going to bounce. And 3 times, infielders sat back, and the ball just bounced right over him.
I got to say, that last bounce that went off his glove in the left didn't act like a bounce off grass. It had a lot of overspin, and it seemed to hit some kind of a clump and bounce a little bit higher than you would have expected.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The bad hops in the infield. I'm not talking about the grass. I'm talking about the dirt.
Oh, yeah, but that was a grass bad hop.
It
was.
I think it was. Did it come off the grass?
It did. That was the surprising part of it.
I'd like to see that again.
Oh, you want a replay too?
Yeah, I guess I want a replay.
Big swing and a miss, and he gets Milan on 4 pitches. First strikeout of the game for either team. 2 outs in the top of the second. And the Suns' third baseman. One of 2 Ryans.
Third baseman number 29, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan gets his first at bat of the night. Looks at a curveball away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Got that 15-mile-per-hour disparity between Annaball's curveball and his fastball. 91-76. Slicing line drive is going to get down. Giolando gets over there.
Good piece of hitting there.
Very good. And
inside-out swing, lines it to right center field. It's a good job.
Yeah, off with the crack of the bat with 2 outs. Taylor makes his way to third as Matt Ryan gets the Suns' second hit of the game.
Down 4 with 2 outs. Would you want the runner who is the 8th hitter? Probably has a little bit of speed in Ryan. Want him to steal? What do you think?
What do you think of
I think
Silver Knights catcher behind the plate?
John, I haven't thought much. I hate to say it, but I haven't thought. Levine is probably one of the better ones. They have not had good luck at the catcher position this year. I know they like Fosberg, but
that is not a base stealer's lead over there.
No, it's not.
Fouled off to the right. So Ryan swinging at the first pitch. 0-1.
So, John, you go down in between innings to sign up for any of the courses at all the schools that are represented out there on the concourse?
Grad school someplace?
No, I mean, you can start all over again, right?
Yeah, and then an alias maybe? Yeah. I want to play ball while I'm there.
Where
can I go? Yeah, and it's an easy steal. No throw from Levine.
No throw because he knows that he's going to have a problem at home if he does.
Right.
So,
Stolen base for Matt Ryan. 2 runners in scoring position. This is a big at bat now for.
Now, it was a big at bat anyway with a runner at third. It's 1-1, so I think you come in with some velocity. Whoa, almost hit him.
Yeah, curveball backing up a little bit. Came close to the hitter, but stayed up and in, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. A 2-out situation. You'll have both runners off with the crack of the bat. This could cut the Silver Knights lead in half, or will Trevor Anibal preserve his shutout through 2? Big swing and a miss.
Yeah.
2-2.
And you know what? I do it again. I don't get cute.
That might have been out of the zone low.
I just come in with a fastball. Number 9 hitters should only see fastballs, right?
Right.
Just blow it by him. Hannibal's got the stuff to do it.
And the pitch.
Does.
Line drive right field is going to be caught.
Caught by McNamara. What a great play.
Shane McNamara doing it with the bat and the glove.
Yeah, and here's the thing, John.
Keeps it scoreless.
Look at his build, right?
Yeah.
He's got that length. That's about the best way to put it. He's got length.
And he got a glove to match there.
So if he's anywhere close,
that was a big play.
Yeah, sure was.
Took 2 runs away from the Suns.
Yes, it did.
Ended up, and if he gets by him, that could be inside the park.
And a ball owes him dinner somewhere.
Yeah. So we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Silver Knights enjoying a 4-0 lead here on Higher Education Night at Holman. Did you watch any of the Major League All-Star game last night, Tom?
Barely any of it. I got to write this story here and post
right.
and everything else. So I kept checking on it to see. Actually, what I do now is just check and see where the games are at, so I can know when they're going to be done. So I can. Sooner they're done, the sooner I'm done. Right.
Biggest takeaway for me from the game was something you already know about baseball. Is you never know who the hero is going to be on any given night in any game, what might happen. It was a journeyman catcher from the Rockies that got the MVP award, pinch hitting 2-run homer to give the National League a 3-2 win, their first win over the American League in about a decade. And
in 11 years. And the thing is, John, baseball all-star games are the best all-star games of anything.
I agree.
They are the best because it's one-on-one. You're competing, it's not like basketball where no one's playing defense and no one's doing this, and you don't want to do that. Football, you don't want to do it. Hockey, you don't want to do it. They're too physical. You don't want to get anybody hurt. The baseball, you can play it.
You can play to win.
At reasonable strength to win.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't think that the rule that they had years ago was that outrageous, the World Series home field advantage.
I didn't either. I liked it.
I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And nobody, it's an exhibition game. Well, you know what? Everybody says that today. All the millennials, right?
Yeah.
Right? If they grew up when we did, no, really,
What's
seriously.
the first image that comes to mind when you think about the All-Star game?
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
Right, Pete Rose. And the year after that, the Reggie Jackson home run in Detroit that Bakes, I think it's still up in the air somewhere.
Yeah.
This was a big deal.
It was.
The 2 leagues hated each other.
Yeah.
And wanted to win that game. And they didn't have anything going for it, but they wanted to win that game. And you know what? The fans loved it. In fact, one year, didn't they? Years, for a brief period of time, didn't they played 2 back in the 60s at some point?
They did.
Yeah, they played 2, which I think was overkill. Just play 1. But I think
they did that back in the 30s and 40s.
Now let's see if you can beat that out with a high hop.
Chopper, Luca Giolago with that speed and that cannon from Baker.
Yeah,
he gets
Baker's
that
one I agree with. He was out.
Yeah.
But again, the All-Star game, they played to win. They really wanted to do it.
It was exciting. It was exciting last night, but like you said, there was more at stake when they decided who was going to be the home field advantage.
Yeah, I don't think the players really kept that in their mind when they always had it. Like the fans did more or less.
They just wanted to win whenever they were in the game.
But that's just it. And
here's McDermott takes a strike.
But can you imagine back in the 70s when we were growing up and watching baseball? We were both teenagers back then, the whole bit. Actually, I was probably about 40 years old.
Line drive, and Baker's not going to get to that one.
No, McDermott with his second hit of the night.
2 for 2.
Back in the 70s when I was about, 40 or 50 years old. And can you imagine if they told the Major League Baseball, the networks did that, we want to mic your players while they're in the game?
Oh, the pitcher? They mic'd the pitcher last night.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It was Evaldi.
I know it's great to hear it.
Yeah.
But I still don't like
it. It looked like it was messing him up.
Yeah,
getting behind
of course it was. Of course course it was. Come on.
You know, I got to say this about being mic'd up, though. Every ball player usually has an internal dialogue while they're out there. You're usually talking to yourself in your own head, but
Well, John,
you don't want a second and third party in that conversation.
John, I'm talking to myself all the time.
Yeah. Pop up over our head back, and it's 1-1 to Kyle Wolf. Number 3 hitter, walked in, scored his first time up just an inning ago. We're in the bottom of the second. The first 4 batters reached safely and scored for the Silver Knights to give them that 4-0
See
lead.
if McDermott's going to try to steal. He doesn't seem to have that kind of a lead. He's going to have one more
Very
step.
conservative lead.
Yeah, he's going to need that foot again by that point.
Holding the ball a long time. Ripped to left
gonna
field to
drop.
get down. So another hit for
Boy,
the Silver Knights.
From my angle, I'm watching that ball, and I'm thinking that's going to roll all the way to the wall. This didn't carry as much as I thought it would.
No, it was kind of off the end of the bat of Kyle Wolf.
So here comes
second for Shane McNamara.
Yep.
I'm sure he loves hitting in these situations.
Oh, he
too.
loves it. Yep. Last night he said, I was going to jump on the first fastball I saw one right away. So why waste time, right?
Yeah, and he went the opposite way.
And that is
for a
one
grand
thing
slam.
that Kyle Jackson has told these players they need to do. Attack the fastball. They were letting too many pitches go by.
And that was outside and low. That's what the Major League's leading hitter did in the All-Star game last night. The first 2 pitches he saw, Arias from the Marlins, he went 2 for 2. And one of the reasons was the shadows in the beginning. He said he's going to hit the first good pitch he saw.
So
Get out of there.
Halfway point here in Major League Baseball, halfway point, feel-wise, not mathematically, because they're beyond that. Would
For
you
the
have said,
FCBL.
if I had told you at the start of the season that the Reds, the Marlins, and the Rangers would all be playoff contenders or in the playoffs, you would have thought I was nuts.
Yeah, baseball world is upside down.
It is. It really is.
Saw a trivia question I thought you might be able to get. The 4 Red Sox players that were named All-Star Game MVPs.
Jeez, yeah, I'm not a Red Sox fan.
Oh, yeah,
so
you're not a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, so
got
I would
4
say
of them.
Pedro and Ted, right?
Pedro and Ted.
Yeah, that's 2.
And-
All right,
and-
hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yaz?
Yaz got it once.
All right, so that's 3. I got 3 out of 4.
Yeah, you nailed the. And
Yeah.
I got the 4th one wrong because I guessed.
I'm going to go Lynn.
I said Fred Lynn too, but he got it when he was an Angel.
Angel, yes,
he hit
that's
a
right.
grand
Yep.
slam. The only All-Star Game grand slam as an Angel.
So who are we talking about?
So it was a guy, a lesser-known guy, who I would never remembered this, but he did play for one of the Red Sox World Series teams in the right field.
What year?
The 2007 year, was it?
Oh, Berdansky?
No. The initials. The first name was 2 initials,
Tough swing there by McNamara
and he's gone.
as he tried to golf one, and he's gone. He didn't swing at a strike. He swung at a curveball down the dirt inside.
Andrew Wirtz waited for an optimal moment to get his first strikeout of the Silver Knights.
2007.
Yeah, I think it
2007.
was 2007. Or was it 2004?
Well, who was the player?
J.D. Drew.
Oh, okay.
I don't
really?
even remember his
Wow.
performance in the All-Star game that won him that.
I don't
but-
remember J.D. Drew playing in the All-Star game. He was. I mean,
Yeah.
He drew the ire of Red Sox fans, right? Because he was always hurt.
Yeah.
Big gap out there in left center.
He
For
was one of
Brady
those guys
O'Brien.
that didn't seem to strain when he played. And that doesn't play well with Red Sox fans. They want somebody like Pedroia that seems like,
Every pitch counts. Every play counts.
Just
Yep.
playing hard. 1-1 is the count to Brady O'Brien.
J.D. Drew was more of a National League player anyway.
Yeah.
At the time when that was like that. Now it's all now it doesn't matter.
Right.
And I don't like that either.
Checking the runner at second. Wirtz comes to the plate.
I cringe every time I hear that they're gonna. Maybe someday they'll get rid of the American and National League and reconfigure everything and all that. I go, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's bad enough the NL has a DH now.
2 outs, 2 on for the Silver Knights, leading 4-0. Looking for some 2-out magic from Brady O'Brien fouls it off to the right.
And it's bad enough that there's so much interleague play.
Yeah, that's all it is now.
Yeah,
it like,
well, you play everybody. You play everybody at least once, right? So you play everybody. So
I'd love to see Ali De La Cruz of the Reds play live, though. That's a treat. I don't know if the Reds are coming to Fenway or not. Or,
I believe they're already there. They were already there, and he wasn't with them.
He wasn't with them.
Nice.
Curveball misses the front door, and it is a full count. Runners will be in motion as O'Brien battles against Andrew Wirth's relief pitcher for the Suns, who came in the bottom of the first inning after the start of Nolan Puglisi struggled. There go the runners. Off the handle and an easy catch.
Yep, definitely.
First baseman
almost seemed like the bat broke, didn't it? Yeah, I think it did too. Brady's looking at it. All right, John Collins, I'm going to head down for a few photos.
Hurry back.
And then I'll hurry back as long as somebody can get on base and make a play.
Well, that's Tom King, and he'll be right back to the booth shortly to talk more Futures Collegiate Baseball League second half. We welcome again our Hudson TV, our Merrimack and Nashua viewers watching live on a Wednesday, July 12 of 2023. It's been overcast since the game began, a 6 o'clock start. There's a rainstorm system that's kind of creeping its way west to east across the state border that may affect this one between the 7:30, 8 o'clock hour. Right now we're a good 45 minutes away from that. As Trevor Annaball, the Silver Knights starter, returns to the mound. The Silver Knights going with their red tops and white pants, home unis for this one. The Piittsfield Suns do have a Suns logo, I think, on their alternate uniforms, but not quite the yellow uniform. You'd think, you're going to do a uniform color scheme for a team called the Suns, that you would work in some bright colors somewhere, and they got black and gray on. I guess whatever works for the Suns. So, and it is SUNS.
Hitting off the third for Pittsfield from Fairfield University, the right fielder number 41, Matt Lucier.
Matt Lucier, number 9 hitter, getting his first look at home plate at Holman here in this one. Had to wait his turn, as Annaball did a pretty good job retiring the side in order to start the game, and stranded 2 runners after base hits in the second. So he's faced 8 through 2, and here's Lucier to begin things in the third inning. Suns staring up at a 4-0 deficit here at Holman. Annaball working quickly, curveball pounded to second. To his left, Alexander has it, throws over to Walkley. Easy play, 1 up and 1 down in the Pittsfield third.
Now batting from the College of Holy Cross, the second baseman, number 14.
Jimmy King from Holy Cross University, batting for the second time tonight. Popped up to the first baseman. Walkley made a nice running catch over on the dirt, over by the bullpen to start the game defensively. That curveball finds the upper inner. Trevor Annaball freezing King. Gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Lights on here at Holman. And that looked like a straight change, and way out ahead of it again was King. So calling for timeout as Annaball nearly quick pitched him there. Trying to make quick work of the second batter up in this inning. Top batter in the order ties him up with a fastball that was off the plate inside. Nearly hit him in the hands, and he swung through it. So a 3-pitch strikeout for Trevor Annaball. 2 outs in the third inning.
Now batting from UNC Asheville, the center fielder number 3, Delaney Powell.
Delaney Powell grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Left-handed batter, open stance. First pitch swinging, fouls it off to the left as it grazes the old press box tower down there, and comes a souvenir for a young fan. Brought his glove to the game. The 1-1 pitch now from Trevor Annaball to Delaney Powell. Takes it high for ball 2. As you can see, Annaball checking with the home plate umpire about the location of that pitch vis-a-vis the strike zone that's being called. That one's down Broadway with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Kind of froze Powell right there. It was a fastball and a fastball count, but he did not offer. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's see if Annaball sticks with the heater. And he throws a changeup and just spoiling it, sticking his bat out. Emergency hack there by Powell. Probably would have been called strike 3. Good mix of pitches here by Trevor Annaball. He's throwing the curve, the changeup, and the fastball effectively. That's a fastball with a little extra juice on it. That would have been probably called strike 3 as well. And again, Powell just sticks his bat out and spoils it. See if Annaball continues to mix. He does. The curveball's up and away, though, and the count goes full. 3-2. As good a command as Annaball's had with all 3 of his pitches. This is one time where you usually just go right back to the number 1. No, ground ball on the curve, and it's a tough hop, and it goes through the wickets of Shane Walkley. That'll turn into a 2-base error. It's got to be charged to Walkley, and that was a ball that did bounce funny. It stayed down, and that's one that Shane needs to block, guarding the line down there. That puts a runner in scoring position with 2 out. So opportunity to end the inning on the grounder down the right field. That was a curveball that Powell was way out in front of, and he chopped it down the line. It picked up some spin off the grass, and then when it hit right around the area where the base runners take their leads, it took a funny hop and stayed really close to the ground, right through the wickets of Shane Walkley. So in scoring position for Davis Baker, and Baker had a healthy hack at the first pitch. Fouls it off to the left. 1 strike on the hitter. Davis Baker plays a fine shortstop, made 2 great defensive plays in this game that saved runs. Backdoor, at least one did. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitter. Trevor Annaball trying to make it so that error doesn't hurt. A rocket goes underneath the glove of the shortstop O'Brien, and that will play to run. So 2 hard hit, well, that was a hard hit ball, but 2 grounders going underneath a couple of Silver Knights fielders after 2 were out, and the Suns get their first run of the ball game as a result. Scoring from second base easily was Powell, and it's a 4-1 game. Nick English to bat for the second time tonight. Popped up to the shortstop. First pitch stealing was Davis Baker. So he is aboard. I'm thinking that Tom got some photos of that action. Another runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the Suns, trying to cut this deficit in half here after 2 were out here in the 3rd inning. They got their first run by the way of a 2-base error, and hard hit ball off the bat of Davis Baker skittered underneath the glove of the shortstop Brady O'Brien. That would go as a base hit, but an unearned run for the Suns. All these runs will be unearned after the error happened with 2 outs. If any more score in the inning. 1-2 is the count to Nick English. Trevor Annabelle bearing down here, trying to limit the damage. Ripped to left on the curveball. He jumped all over. That's going to get all the way to the bricks. And a big bounce. One run is in, thinking three, but the play's right in front of him, so he'll stop at second base. Jumping over the hanging breaker was Nick English, and he drives home the Suns' second run with a solid double. Struck well inside the line. It went all the way down to the 307 mark and clattered off the bricks. So it is a 4-2 game. The defense kind of letting Trevor Annabelle down a little bit as the Silver Knights do a mound conference here with their pitching coach out to talk to the starter. Maybe just give him a little bit of a breather to clear his head, try to come up with his third out, which has proven elusive after retiring the first two batters by way of the K and a ground out quickly. A two-base error on a grounder through the wickets of the first baseman into the right field corner. Stolen base. Single by Baker Davis up the middle. Play that Brady O'Brien had a chance at making, went under his glove at about 100 miles per hour. And then Nick English jumped on a rare hanging breaking ball from Trevor Annabelle and hit a rocket down the left field line. So it's 4-2, and here's chance for Taylor, another runner in scoring position with two outs for the Suns as he looks at strike one over the outer edge. Suns, 2 hits in the game that made them count. 3 errors by the Silver Knights. They call that ball that was struck up the middle by Davis Baker an error. Thought it could have went as a base hit, so I went that way. And the pitch to Taylor. Carves it to the right and out of play. So a 1-2 count on the Suns left fielder. He's trying to come up with another big 2-out hit. Could make it a 1-run game in this frame. Annabelle trying to prevent that as he looks in for the sign from Levine. The runner goes. There'll be no thought about throwing it down there. Strike 3 called. And Taylor can't believe it. He thought that was outside of the strike zone, but it comes a strikeout looking to end the inning. But damage done by the Suns. They got 2 runs after 2 out. And we have a ball game here at Holman as we go to the bottom of the third. Nashua 4 and Piittsfield 2 here on Nashua ETV.
All right, guys, it's time for some musical chairs with Jack.
To the bottom of the third inning we go. The Silver Knights had a 4-0 lead there for a while. But the Suns fighting back, get 2, and it is a 2-run game as the home team comes to the plate. Matt Alexander gets leadoff duty here for the Silver Knights. The second baseman drew a walk his first time up. One of 6 batters to reach safely in that first inning where the Silver Knights put up 4 runs, sent 9 batters to the plate. Alexander looks at ball 1. Andrew Wirth's coming in relief in the first inning. He's done a pretty good job since, inheriting bases full and 1 out in that first inning. He was able to limit the damage thanks to a nice defensive gem by Davis Baker, the shortstop, a controversial out call at first base that cost the Silver Knights a run. But it kept the score at 4. Matt Alexander with a count in his favor, 2 balls and 1 strike. Summer has arrived here at Holman Stadium. A muggy Wednesday. Sun early in the day and clouds looking a bit threatening to our west. 6 o'clock start. Should get at least a good hour and a half, 2 hours in before anything materializes out of the sky, at least. Might miss this altogether. Leadoff walk for Matt Alexander. Good start to the inning for the Silver Knights. That is the 5th walk so far to Silver Knights hitters, and we were only 2 innings in, 2 full innings in. Shane Walkley, one of the Silver Knights' 4 hits. His first time up, banged a single. That's a slicing line drive down the line, and it's going to be off the wall on a hop. The ricochet played very well by the left fielder, throws it on the fly, and he's out at third. A tremendous play off the wall in left field by Taylor, and he threw it on the fly to the third baseman, and that was the only way that he was going to get Matt Alexander sliding into the base. A tag applied by the Suns' third baseman, Matt Ryan, put it on him, and there was no question. The key part of that play, Walkley hit the ball off the wall on a short hop, and it came off the bricks, and just like he's played there his whole life, Taylor gloved it with chest high and turned and fired like a middle infielder turning a double play all the way to third base. Alexander was hustling off the crack of the bat. He knew it was going to get down, and he still wasn't able to get there in time. Just a defensive gem by the Suns. And instead of second and third with nobody out, off the left fielder's arm, and after making that defensive gem, Taylor's going to get charged with an error that allows a run to score, and Levine all the way to third base. It's a base hit and a 2-base error on the left fielder, Taylor. Baseball's such a funny game. You got a guy that's made one of the greatest plays we've ever seen here in left field in Holman Stadium history. Follow it up with a 2-base error that allows a run to score on consecutive batters. Unreal. A 5-2 lead for the Silver Knights as Walkley scores, and swinging over the top of that one is Teddy Cashman. Wow, what a series of events transpiring in left field in the historic low red brick wall left field here in Holman. Remarkable. That one is corralled by Ryan before it goes to the backstop. At third base is Levine. He did get credited with a base hit, but then the ball ricochets off the arm of the left fielder and goes way behind him. Walkley scored easily. That play at third base was scored 7-5. And just tremendous by Taylor. And then to have that ball, the ball was really hard struck by Levine, no question, but you got to knock it down. Keep the runner at third base, maybe the batter at first base, but instead turned into run number 5 for the Silver Knights, and Levine's at third with 1 out. So Cashman would love just to get the ball to the middle infielders who are going to give away the run. They're going to just play for the out at first or hit a fly ball to the outfield. The 2-2 pitch on the way from Andrew Wirths. In the dirt, good block by Ryan. Keeps the runner put at third base. Full count to Cashman. Of course, Wirths doesn't need to get the lefty hitter. Here he has first base empty. Doesn't need to give in and give him a cookie to hit, but he is the number 9 batter in the order. Luca Giolongo awaiting on deck. Would love to bat with less than 2 out. Cashman wondering what he's going to get here from Wirths, who's been mixing his pitches pretty well. Has bounced a few breaking balls, though, as you expect the heater. The 3-2. There it is, the fastball to the second baseman. That's going to get a run home off the chest of Jimmy King. Makes the play, though. Tough hop. Did what he had to do at second base. It is an RBI ground out for the number 9 hitter, Teddy Cashman. A job well done. It is a 6-2 lead now for the Nashua Silver Knights. If the Suns had pulled the infield in, I think that ball by Cashman goes up the middle and through for a base hit. So the Suns, playing the percentages, do get an out, but they have to give up a run in the process. So the Silver Knights, first pitch swinging, and that is going to be called a fair ball by the home plate umpire. Giolongo is out on a fine running play by the third baseman, Matt Ryan. So we go to the top of the fourth inning, and the Silver Knights get those 2 runs back that they gave up in the top of the third. We have a 4-run lead again for the home team. It's the Silver Knights 6 and the Suns 2 as we go to the fourth inning.
Hi, my name is Kian Fajardo. I'm an admissions counselor here at Roger Williams University. We're actually located in Rhode Island in Bristol, about like half an hour away from Newport. Just to give you a little insight, you can see the main campus. We're an oceanfront campus, but we're very much known for our marine biology program and architecture. So if you're interested in that, definitely stop by, say hello to me today, and anytime that you want to, reach out to us. Nice to meet y'all.
Hi, my name is Stephanie McConnell. I'm an admissions counselor at Champlain College in Burlington, Vermont. We're a small private college that focuses on getting our students ready for work, ready for life, and ready to make a difference through internships and experiential learning.
Hi, I'm Kevin Justice. I'm from Keene State College, located in the southwest corner of the state. I'm here at the Silver Knights Stadium to basically here represent Keene State and try to get some students to take a look at us and really look at what they're going to do for their future in college. This is such a great opportunity to be here, to be with all these folks from many different schools and be present here for people just as a resource. We just like to get out in front of people and really just have the opportunity to share what higher education could do for students. And I know for me personally, this is an area that I spend a lot of time in, and I'm just real passionate at getting the students that are here the opportunity to meet with colleges and find out if college is the right choice for them and let them know what Keene State has to offer. So, excited to be here and excited to be able to talk to the students here.
Higher education night for the Silver Knights, part of their promotional schedule that includes Thirsty Thursday and Tuesday throughout the schedule with half off domestic brews, plus a season-long Meet the Brewers series presented by Bellavance. Firework Fridays. Post-game fireworks are presented by Atlas Fireworks on Friday nights. We have Salute to Service Saturdays with discounted tickets for active duty or retired military. Coming up on July 28th, it's the return of the world-famous mascot Monkey Boy, and we'll be having that game here on Nashua ETV on July 28th. As we go to the top of the fourth inning, back to a 4-run deficit for the Suns, despite scoring 2 runs with 2 outs in the top of the third inning. Find themselves behind 6-2. As their first baseman, Milan, draws the leadoff duty here against Trevor Annaball. He gets sawed off by that 91-mile-an-hour fastball in on the hands, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Milan, who struck out his first time up, one of 3 strikeouts that Trevor Annaball has so far in this game. It was about 90 outside, so it's 2-2. Silver Knights do have activity in the bullpen, but it's guys throwing football around, so nobody's actually warming up. Annaball looking pretty strong here through 3 innings, Tom.
That'd be looking stronger if they could play some defense behind
Oh, yeah, that was the key, wasn't it?
3 errors already, and they made 3 last night. And then now, of course, you just jinxed him, John, because you just threw a curveball that didn't break.
Walked the leadoff hitter here in the fourth with a 4-run lead, not what he planned to do. Matt Ryan, who shares the name with the longtime Falcons quarterback, made a very nice play on Luca Giolongo to end the bottom of the third inning on a swinging bunt that Luca struck that, I don't know, it kind of looked foul in midair, but the home plate umpire made the call. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was right there. It was fair.
It was fair, right over the line?
Yeah, right over the line. It was fair all the way.
So Ryan made a nice play.
Just was hit so slow, that's why. But Luca got a bad jump out of the box.
That's probably the key, too, yeah.
Yeah, because he could normally beat that out. They knew it was going to be a tough throw. So.
One of the best plays in left field I have seen in my history at Historic Holman Stadium by Taylor, followed up by a 2-base error to the next batter that gave us a run.
Right, he plays the ball off the brick wall,
Flawlessly.
Which is what Cashman had trouble with the inning before.
Yep.
Right? Or the inning just previous, the half inning. And so he plays it great and throws the runner out at third base, and then a two-base error allows a run to score. So, go
That's
figure.
baseball, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And, to be fair to Cashman, that was a chest-high hop off the bricks, too.
Yeah, it was a hard
Taylor.
play. It was
But
especially
he made the throw to third, though.
Yeah, especially for somebody who hasn't played that much for Cashman out there. He's not used to it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Taylor's throw
was on the fly, and there was nothing that Alexander could do.
He was hustling all the way.
He was,
It was like watching a middle infielder turn a double play out there by Taylor. I mean, he just did it perfectly to get the lead out. Ground ball struck and through.
Still, that infield is porous.
Yeah.
It is not. You hit a ground ball, don't blink.
That will go as a base hit.
That's a base hit, but you know what? A guy
Brooks
who plays
Robinson would have had it.
A guy who plays third a lot would have had it.
Yeah. So Jack Ryan, the catcher, one of the two Ryans in the lineup for the Suns, has an opportunity to really stir things up here and continue a rally in the making for the Suns, who need one. They're trailing by 4 here in the fourth. First two batters reach with a walk and a base hit. Jack Ryan batting 8th in the order. Sacrifice bunt right up the dirt in front of the plate, and Levine makes the play.
Yeah, good play by Levine. Takes charge of it, doesn't have Anibal do anything, does what a catcher should do, gets right out in front of it, tracks it down, makes the out. It's a good bunt, though, as well. And now there's two runners in scoring position for the number 9 hitter. And again, if I'm Anibal, let's see. We got a pinch hitter, or is this the same?
It's the lead batter in the order, or is it?
It's Lussier.
It is Lussier, so he's number 9.
Yeah, it is Lussier.
Yeah.
So
he grounded out to second his first time
Number
up.
9, I throw him a fastball.
That's what he gets, and he swings through it. 92 as Anibal ups the velocity a bit.
Yep.
He needs this out, and then he has first base empty, but he wants the 9 hitter. The 0-1 pitch. Sticks with the heat. 0-2. Walkley was charging on that sacrifice bunt. Matty Alexander did a good job of getting over there for the 2-4 putout. Otherwise, it'd be bases loaded and nobody out. The 0-2 pitch goes right after him, strike 3.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, right?
Exactly, and that kind of fooled the pitch selection, fooled Lucier, and if you were listening to Tom, it wouldn't have, because he wasn't wasting a pitch. He was coming right after him with the heat. So caught looking. That's strikeout number 4 by Trevor Anibal, the Silver Knights starter. Trying to wriggle off the hook here after putting the first two batters aboard. 1-0 to the leadoff batter, who's 0 for 2. Jimmy King, the second baseman, has popped up and struck out.
No relation.
No. Yeah.
I'm not related to 0 for 2s.
A lot of Kings.
Oh, we have an interesting game here. If Pittsfield can get 2 more runs.
This is a big chance for Pittsfield with 2 runners in scoring position. Will be off with the crack of the bat with 2 outs.
Thanks to the defense, porous defense, it got a lot more interesting than it should have last night, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they need to shore up that infield defense. It's just not very good right now.
Anibal throws the fastball, slicing
McNamara.
Line drive, and
now,
hardly
let's
having
see.
to move.
Yep, there we go. 2 outs, and that'll do it. Yep.
McNamara in right. So an Adam ball ends it.
Forgot about the sack bunt being the first out, right?
Yeah.
It's a big play, but you forget that it's an out.
You give up an out.
Right, and you give up the out, and that's why when they were starting to go off the field, I go, well, when McNamara didn't throw home, I'm going,
And
wait
why
a
didn't he
minute.
tag and all that?
What's going on here? I'm looking for a play at the plate.
Yeah.
Of course, one that, I would have been able to shoot if I had been down there, because they always happen when I'm up here. So.
You got some Suns scoring action, huh, while you were down there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask them, because I'm right above the bench, I forgot to ask them how bad Wacona Park's parking lot was after the rain on on Sunday night into Monday. Now they didn't, they
Was it an all dirt parking lot?
it's kind of a gravelish, it's not like it's not paved like it is out here. So it was at least the last time I was there. So, and I saw a picture of it on the front page of the Berkshire Eagle. It was under, halfway underwater. Good thing we don't live in Montpelier, Vermont, right?
Right.
That is. Have you seen the what's going on there?
What is going on there?
Oh, you don't know, huh?
I do not
Montpelier,
know.
Vermont is underwater.
It is.
It is underwater,
Wow.
and I'm talking downtown. Businesses flooded.
What's
People
the,
people stranded.
What's the body of water that got out of control? Was there one?
There's a river up there
Yeah.
that went
So it was a
high.
river?
Yeah, that did it. But also the fact that they had, according to meteorologists, 9 days worth of rain in about 2 hours. The equivalent. That's incredible.
Wow.
That is a lot of. You would have been busy if you were working up. You would have been very busy if you were working up there, John, as a
Fire
dispatch.
department, yeah.
Very busy.
Yeah. They're probably straight out.
Yep, and they're going to be for the next few days.
Yeah. So much for summer tourism, too, that they depend on. So that one gets a big piece of the catcher, Ryan, and he's trying to shake it out. Looks like he's having the right toe. So the Silver Knights enjoying a 6-2 lead for the moment.
Boy, what a dark night, huh? I didn't think it was going to be like this.
A little gloomy.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I needed some yellow in my Pittsfield Suns uniforms tonight, and they didn't get it. It's all black and gray.
It's all black. Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm no.
No, the yellow's on the cap.
Ralph Lauren. But
The yellow's with the Sun logo on
is
the
that
cap.
where it is?
That's where
Yeah.
it is.
That's a swing and a miss. 0-2 is the count on Jack McDermott.
Who's 2 for 2 on the night?
Yeah, he is. He had 3 hits last night, did he? Somebody did.
McNamara
had 3 for 3 with a sac
3
fly.
for 3 with a sac
grand
fly.
slam.
5 RBIs on the night.
That one skitters to the backstop, so should be 1-2 is the count on McDermott. Luca Giolago with a swinging bunt. Good play by the third baseman to end the previous inning. So you get your 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Silver Knights as McDermott backs away from a fastball at his feet. And he's back in this count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Wirth's done a pretty good job for the Suns in relief since the first inning. And the 2-2 pitch fouled off his body. Came up and hit him in the box. Pitch looked like it had a piece of the outside corner. Jack McDermott, Kyle Wolf, and Shane McNamara due up here.
This is the offense. These are the guys.
Trying to tack some runs on.
These are the hitters.
I saw Bagshaw warming up during that last half inning while Trevor was on the mound. That's a foul ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see.
He had to throw a lot of extra pitches because of the errors.
Yeah, he did. So, well, usually 4 or 5 innings.
Might have cost him an inning of
4
work.
or 5 innings a lot of times is the limit on some of these guys.
Yeah.
Because Nashville's inserted a few guys into their rotation that were new in the last couple of weeks, and it's changed over the last 2 weeks. Guys who were relieved, and now they're trying to build them up as starters.
Yeah.
All sorts of things like that.
Hey, you remember where that single by McDermott went his first time up?
Let's see. Did I mark
where
it?
he hit it? He hit it to left center, remember? And you thought maybe he could get
Yeah, I thought it was going to go to the wall.
Look at left center.
Right, look at that gap. Oh, my God.
It's pretty big. And that
is.
last fastball was away. That one was kind of inner.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's big, but they're shading him that way though, because look at how much room there is down the line.
Yeah.
But the center fielder is shading towards right, which has created that gap.
And the right fielder straight away.
The right fielder straight away. Left fielder shading towards center. So, but still, there's that gap in left center, but there's also some room down that line.
Let's see where he goes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a battle here with Andrew Wirths.
Curveball.
McDermott
No,
swings
fastball.
and misses.
A little something off it, but it was a fastball nonetheless.
Yep. I don't know if there was any movement on it. Said 88 on the gun, but McDermott is set down for the first time tonight. So leadoff batter strikes out, and here's Kyle Wolf, who has walked, scored, singled. It's a good night so far for the Silver Knights designated hitter. Seeing Andrew Wirths for the second time.
Pop up.
Pop up backpedaling. Jimmy King is going to catch it on the back pedal. And Wolf is out. 2 up and 2 down. Here comes Shane McNamara with nobody on base.
You're right. A pretty good
change.
job of relief done here.
Yeah.
He hasn't really,
There's no pushover.
Right.
And Bagshaw continues to warm up for the Silver Knights down in their bullpen.
And Bagshaw just threw a ball that they're going to have to stop the
Yeah.
game for, as he just sailed one right past his catcher.
You have a fielder down there to protect
And his
the catcher,
parents,
and he's
his-
facing the
his
other way.
parents are right below you.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. They own the Walter Bat Company.
Oh, right.
That's
okay.
the family that owns it.
Get to watch
And,
their son pitch in the hometown ballpark.
the relationship came in handy, and I'll tell you why in a second. Monday, you
strike at the
know
top
how
of the zone.
miserable Monday was for everybody in New England, including, of course, Vermont as well. But here it was just an all-day, off and on, all-day rain, right? Just
Yeah.
miserable weather. Well, it was also the first day of first day of Silver Knights camp.
Ground ball off the handle and fielded alone by the first baseman, Milan.
It was the first day of Silver Knights camp. So where do you think they went? They went to the Walter Bat Company's indoor facility, and there's your camp. Not bad,
Nice.
huh?
Okay.
Get that in your
They
back
didn't have
pocket.
to cancel it at least.
Right, exactly. You know, so
Yeah.
that's what was done. So we have played 4 here at Holman Stadium, and it's 6-2 in favor of the Silver Knights over the Piittsfield Suns. But don't hold your breath, because games in the FCBL after the 5th inning always seem to take a different turn than what you think of the first 5. Maybe the first 4. We'll see. So I believe our next game is the one I won't be doing, right?
Yeah. The 28th you won't be doing?
No,
That's
I will
right.
not.
Yeah. That Tom King vacation is set in stone.
It is.
And
yeah.
it's well earned, I must say, Tom.
Thank you. Thank you, John Collins.
Yeah. There's not too many times during the year where Tom can say that things are not busy.
Oh, they're busy then, too. But you
Oh,
know what?
yeah.
I don't have a choice. you know?
That's true, right? I think the FIFA Women's World Cup is on. You can watch every game.
Yes, I could, right? I could, theoretically. Theoretically.
I love it, man.
I enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
It's not bad, you know.
Yeah.
I don't mind it, you know.
They had a really clever commercial. It was like 2 minutes long for the Women's World Cup, USA Women's
Yes,
World Cup
I've
team.
seen a
Have you
couple
seen
of
it?
them. I've seen a couple
Yeah,
of them.
they
Yeah,
have
they're
all
pretty
these
good.
teams plotting with using AI, how they can beat them.
Yeah, there's some good.
pretty funny.
Yeah, there's some good stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's
Fox.
marketing. It's
Fox
smart.
is televising it, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's
They
fun,
did it
yep.
during the All-Star game. It was on Fox
Right.
last night that had the pitchers wired for sound that Tom couldn't stand.
not-
And the
no.
players, too. Mookie Betts was talking to Freddie Freeman during the game. That was actually kind of funny, though.
Yeah.
They were talking about Mookie plays second now sometimes for the Dodgers, and he said that he was trying to engage Freddie in some, quick conversation during the game when he's playing next to him defensively, and Freddie just doesn't want to talk to him, he said.
Wasn't he? Didn't the Red Sox originally have him at second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what
I think he played second for the Lowell Spinners
because at
coming
the,
up.
Yeah, because at the time that was when Pedroia was starting to not be able
Oh,
to play.
right, yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think I heard him say at one point that he is or was, he considered himself primarily an infielder or a second baseman coming up.
Well, there's another sport that he could be a professional at,
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Bowling.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
and I'm not talking
he's thrown
candlepin
perfect games.
Yeah, I'm not talking candle. I'm talking 10-pin.
Yeah, you know what I'm biased because I grew up in Boston and New England, but
yeah, I grew up with 10-pin. I bowled in a league for a long time.
And to me, the difference between candlepin and big ball 10-pin bowling is like the difference between softball and baseball.
Oh, I think clearly.
I just love the difficulty of candlepin bowling. I think.
I like. Well, I bowled 10-pin. It's not that easy either.
No, it isn't. You're right.
In fact, my bowling ball is down in my. Actually, it's in my basement.
Bowling ball?
Yes, I had my own bowling ball, and it's down in the basement. And this is how serious I was about it, and I'll tell you after this pitch.
Wasn't it Jackie Gleason on the Honeymooners that had his own bowling ball?
Well, a lot of people do, John. a lot of people who bowl regularly have their own
bowling ball.
They
do.
They don't want to use the alley balls.
I go to these random alleys sometimes, and I see these people. They take it really seriously, and they're very good. And
Yeah.
They have their own ball,
here's what they also have. They have the fingertip grip.
Fingertip grip.
Right.
It's essential, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? It's when the holes aren't all the way drilled down. You have, it only goes a little bit down your finger.
Yeah.
So you get more roll and more spin on the ball when you bowl it. More lift. We used to call it lift. You get more lift on the ball.
Well, Delaney Powell just struck out at the hands of Kyan Bagshaw. And I want to give some credit there to Bagshaw coming out of the bullpen firing bullets.
Yes.
So, do you know what your highest bowling score ever was?
Oh man, I think I bowled a 200 game once.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my average. I know what my average was. It was like 140. I wasn't real good.
You gotta bowl a lot to be good.
I mean, yeah, you got to bowl an awful lot. And
it's like playing pool or anything else.
Well, you also when I bowled, it was in high school, and I didn't drive till after I graduated, so I couldn't drive to the lanes. So I had to get a ride, right? So that was always a pain in the neck. So and I bowled in a Saturday morning league, it was a junior league, and it was fun. I bowled there for a long time. I don't know, like middle school all the way through high school. So and then I bowled not in a league, but I'll tell you that after the first pitch.
0-2 quickly on Davis Baker. Lefty on lefty battle here as Bagshaw throws low.
I bowled it, I would go in college with a couple of buddies and bowl out Route 2. Right, just in Cambridge. There's a bowling alley there. And I think it's still there. I'm not sure.
No, Tim says. Was that the one that was beside Faces?
Yes.
Where I used to work?
Yeah, that gone?
Were you bowling at the bowling alley while I was next door at Faces?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Wow.
I was
back in the 80s?
I was in college. So it was probably the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, I was there late 80s. So.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
No, yeah.
80s, no.
That's funny. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I think the Martinettis own that, and I believe it gave way to condos.
And I believe there's a bowling alley in Lowell, just on, Pawtucket Boulevard there.
Yes, there is.
I believe they're one of the sponsors. They're one of the sponsors
actually.
here. They had a good bit last night where they rolled a beach ball, and they had the Silver Knights set up as pins, and they all fell down.
Yep.
It was great.
So broken bat base hit. Davis Baker wins the battle of lefties there, and he's on base with one out.
And I'd still like to get back and do it. So.
Yeah. Well, you have your vacation coming up, and.
That's indoor. That's winter time. That's a winter sport, John.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
That's a winter sport.
Nick English looking for an 0-1 pitch here. Bagshaw fires up and away. He's touching 85 on the gun with that fastball. Kind of relying on the location and angle and command to get these hitters out. Did break Baker's bat, but he was able to eke it over the infield. For the fourth hit of the game for the Suns. Silver Knights pitching has been pretty effective. Has been let down by their defense at times. Hence the two Suns runs. Big lead over at first.
Yeah, it is a big lead for a team that's down 4 runs
and
with one out.
A lefty pitcher.
Yep.
Good pitch there by Bagshaw right in the outside corner, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to English, who has.
Bagshaw, the former Division II Pitcher of the Year at Sauhegan High School.
Kind of see why live arm.
Pitches for Endicott and made some appearances in the Division III World Series, which they made.
Nice. Timeout called by English, the batter. He seemed to have something in his eye for a moment. He banged a hanging breaking ball from Trevor Annaball down the left field corner his last time up. This one he gets the inside outs it off the roof of the admin building. And it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's
here
a good way to put the admin building. That's not bad.
Yeah, we have an admin building
Team
over
administrative offices
at the fire department, so that came to the tongue easily. Admin building separate from the fire station.
My admin building is off the pool.
Yeah.
Cabana headquarters.
Every time I see a ball go off that roof over that window there on the right, I think of Billy English.
Billy English.
Billy Johnson. Billy Johnson.
Billy Johnson
Why did
was
I say
the
English?
GM because Chris English was the owner.
Yeah. Oh, Billy
Chris
Johnson.
English, who is currently the owner of the Vermont Lake Monsters and used to own the Brockton Rocks.
Yeah, you spent time in Billy Johnson's office as the Nashua.
So I got a good story for you.
Yeah.
Is bringing up the Brockton Rocks, and it looks like it's getting a little lighter out there, John. The sky's a little.
It does.
Yeah, so we're maybe in good shape here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 7:45.
Oh, look at that! Even brighter as you talk.
Yeah, 7:45 ETA is well. Chris, I don't know how much of that's the lights, but but it does seem. It doesn't seem.
It seems bluer.
Seems a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not supposed to get dark until 8:45 at this time of year.
So I get a text on Monday afternoon. Probably should be telling this story, but I will anyway. So I get a text on Monday afternoon. Let's see what you're. Oh, look at this. The sun is out, shining on right field.
It is. So Nick English, he's no relation to Chris English, right?
No.
The guy that's batting?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
Although I know Chris has got a couple of sons, but I think they're much older now.
Then not the Piittsfield Suns. They're just.
Yeah, I'm talking about a couple of SONS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least son and a daughter. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I interrupted. So you got a text.
So. It was from the commissioner of the league, Joe Palucci. Wanted to know if I could take part as a judge in a hearing for a manager who was appealing a suspension in this league.
Testify, sort of?
Yeah.
Pound at the center for a base hit.
Be one of the judges.
Oh, the judges.
Yeah.
Look at that throw from Giolongo, and not in time is going to allow the trail runner to go to second.
Trail runner to go. Should have been cut off.
Yeah.
Throw should have been cut off. Giolongo had no chance to get the runner at third base. And now you've got 2 runs, just like we did last inning, in scoring position.
English going to second on the throw to third as Davis Baker slides in.
I kindly texted back to Joe. I said, Joe, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I can't, it's the manager. The manager was ejected. It was Joe Logan of Brockton. He was ejected and he threw stuff out on the field, and the umpires felt threatened. So Palucci suspended him for 4 games. So that's the background there. And even I wasn't there.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So B, I mean, I can't. How am I going to interview Joe Logan at a game after? Joe, by the way, I suspended your rear end.
I judged that you should
I suspended your butt,
you can't
Joe.
do that.
Yeah, I can't do it. So I
strange request.
Yeah, I know. But it was a group text.
Oh.
So he sent one to.
Ground ball past the mound.
Yeah, it's going to score a run because of that throw.
Yep.
Yep.
So, actually, the runner.
The runner would have gone to third anyway. Yeah. So, so.
But the trail runner wouldn't be at third right now.
No.
So if there's a wild pitch or something. But it's 6-3 game.
Right.
RBI for Taylor.
Yep.
On the ground out to the second baseman.
So it was a group text. So Howard Herman of the Berkshire Eagle, who covers the Suns, he texts back. He goes, "Yeah, what time?"
What?
And I went on another message system, and I said, "Howard."
What a catch!
I said, "Are you really going to do that?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, you're kind of right, aren't you?" Yes, thanks.
Yeah.
So I better get out of it. So I thought that was funny.
It is funny.
I know. But the thinking is, okay, they vote for MVPs and awards and stuff like that. So All-Star maybe stuff like that. So maybe they feel okay, they can vote, they can be part of this. And I think that was the thinking of the league, but no, we can't do that. Anything to do with a suspension or anything to do with a league decision is a no-no.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, unless it's an award. And awards you can do, but even awards I kind of, but still.
That's
right.
a strike.
Yep.
1-2. 3-1. That was a
3-0
pitch.
Yeah, so 3-1. So Kyan has got to be careful here, otherwise it's a 6-4 game.
Yeah.
Got to be real careful with this pitch.
Misses and he walks him.
Yep.
So Milan takes his base. Second walk for the Suns' first baseman. First and third with 2 outs. And here comes Matt Ryan, the Suns' third baseman, is 2 for 2 tonight.
Well, don't look now, John Collins, but the tying run has come to the plate in this baseball game.
Wow. Yep. Silver Knights might have to go back to the pen quicker than they expected. Bagshaw in a bit of difficulty here in the 5th. Trying to preserve a 3-run lead. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Matt Ryan looking for. They're going to take a shot. Here comes the runner from third, and he will score. 6-4 game.
And they'll get the out, and that'll end the inning, but it's
in the rundown.
But the run scores, and Pittsfield executes the double steal attempt perfectly.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for the Silver Knights, they give up another run.
Another pair of runs.
Another pair of runs, you're right. But another run in the inning, and that makes it 6-4. So suddenly, John Collins, we have a game.
Yes. It's just a 2-run contest as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Silver Knights offense has answered the call at least one time, giving up a pair in the top of the 3rd, coming back with 2 of their own in the bottom of. Let's see if they can do that again. And Andrew Worth's back to the mound for the Suns, doing some yeoman work in relief for Pittsfield. I don't know how long he can go. Probably not the entire game. I'm sure it has eaten up some innings since that troubled first for the Suns starter Nolan Puglisi, who gave up 4. So, and when you come back to work, Tom, you're going to have a full plate. You'll have the Patriots training camp, right?
Yes. Patriots training camp, the end of the Silver Knights season.
End of the Silver Knights season.
And start up in a week and a half from when I get back of the high school football practice. And just let everybody know we will have, the Telegraph will have a printed, as we have for the last, umpteen years, we will have a football preview tab.
Nice.
And you can pick that up on August the 27th, I believe. It's a Sunday.
Yep.
Weekend of that weekend, it'll be coming out.
We welcome our Hudson Cable TV and Merrimack TV viewers who are watching live on a Wednesday, July 12th tonight, along with our Nashua ETV Channel 99.
Hudson TV viewers, your high school needs a baseball coach. Your Legion needs teams because they're not playing Legion ball this summer on junior or senior level. Merrimack need an athletic director.
Wow.
So, a little heads up to both communities. Man, a lot of you probably already knew a lot of that.
But some people who are watching might be candidates in the.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's good that you said that, and we welcome those viewers who have got a pretty good game to watch here tonight on the only night of the year where there's no professional sports happening, right? Major.
Well, is there a WNBA game?
Oh, sorry.
There actually is professional sports in New England happening tonight, John Collins.
What is it?
The Revolution play at home.
Oh,
that's professional soccer, and I have to wait for it to be done to close out the section.
I misspoke. I know they have the ESPYs tonight because it's supposed to be a slow night.
I don't care about those. Those are so contrived. It's ridiculous. That's just a show.
Yeah, they get more and more contrived all the time.
It's a TV show.
Yeah. First batter up for the Silver Knights here in the bottom of the 5th flies out. That was Brady O'Brien. And here's Matt Alexander, second baseman. walked his first time up and walked his second time up. So Matt Alexander, 0 for 0 officially. A couple of effective at-bats.
What they used to have on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, the Teddies? Is that what it was?
Did they?
I think they did. It was
After
called the
Ted
Teddies.
Knight, the newscaster.
Pretty sure they had the Teddy Awards.
Strike called on the outside corner. I said that line to somebody who's not that young the other day. You got a lot of spunk. I hate spunk. Just in jest.
The Lou Grant line.
And they were taking me
the Lou
seriously.
Grant line to Mary, right?
And
of course,
the person I said it to had the same reaction as Mary Tyler Moore because they'd never heard the line.
No, of
before.
course not. They never saw the show. Are you kidding me, John?
They thought I was being
TV
mean.
sets are going on. People are turning their sets off right now.
Yeah.
They're flipping the remote.
That's true. Yeah. I don't watch those old shows anymore.
Oh, they thought they had him, and I thought they did too. Curveball in the outer half of the plate. The catcher was all set to throw down to third base.
Matt Alexander said, no, it was outside.
That
The
looked
umpire
good.
agreed.
That looked good.
So we'll do the 3-2 count pitch. Lofted to center.
That's going to hang up there.
Powell's there. 2 out.
You would like to see Nashua answer those 2 runs.
Yeah, you
because
would. They
it's
have
gonna
to
get
do it with
closer.
2 outs.
Yep.
Now batting.
Shane Walkley.
St. Mary's University. The first baseman, number 18, Shane Walkley.
So 6 hits for the Silver Knights. 4 runs. 6 runs. 6 runs on 6 hits. And 4 and 4 for the Suns. 2 runs difference in the game. In the standings, the Silver Knights trail Pittsfield. And Westfield is right ahead of them in the standings, right? So Silver Knights, Brockton's really struggling this year, huh?
Well,
9
yeah.
and 30.
So much so their manager got suspended for 4 games.
Oh, right.
You know?
and they still have those
Joe
sons of
Logan.
major
But
leaguers,
let me
right?
tell you something, John Collins. I'll give you a little. Well, maybe I already told you. You didn't do the 4th of July game, did
No,
you?
I wasn't.
No, all right,
out
that's
here.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the Brockton first base coach, and he's looking at me, and he keeps looking at me.
Some
and
flash
I'm like,
of recognition.
And yeah. I mean, I'm like, who is this guy? I don't know.
0-2.
I don't know
1
him.
and 2.
I don't know him. So I'm leaving to go to the opposite side of the field. I'm by the first base, so I'm leaving to go to the opposite side of the field to take photos. And I'm not going to go through the stands. I'm going to go up the runway, the walkway, and go around the concourse. And who's here but Glenn Murray? Glenn Murray, the former Nashua Pride. Great.
Taken in the game.
Yeah, yep. Well, he had some friends. He played with or for, I think he played with Joe Logan, who manages Brockton.
Oh.
But he also played with another guy that's on the Brockton team, and that was the guy who was the first base coach. You know who it was?
Who was it?
Steve Larkin.
Oh, Steve Larkin.
Yes, Barry Larkin's younger brother.
Oh, okay.
Who played for the Pride.
I remember
Larkin.
the name.
Remember Steve Larkin?
Yeah.
First baseman.
Yeah. Grounded to the right side.
First
pitcher
baseman,
covering.
outfielder. Yep.
I remember that name.
And as it was, Logan got tossed that night too, and Larkin had to manage.
Wow.
I had to interview him after the game. It was great. But I talked to him. We were, how you doing?
reminisced?
Oh yeah. I talked to him in between innings too. It was great. It was great to see him. He's fabulous, fabulous guy. One of the guys. I mean, they had a lot of good guys that played with that organization.
Yeah.
A lot of guys that were really great and.
Great baseball men.
Yep, and it was great baseball too.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it sure was. Yep. So we have played 5 full. Boy, it seems longer, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Bagshaw comes out for another inning. But yeah, Steve Larkin, first base coach for Brockton. Yep.
Surprised that doesn't happen to you more often. Where you run into people that you covered 20 years ago.
Oh,
it does, yeah.
John, I run into it every day.
Yeah. It's probably sometimes they're like kids that are like.
And I know I'm in
grown men
trouble.
now.
And I know I'm in trouble when I hear the words, "Remember me?" I'm in big trouble. Okay?
Yeah.
Big trouble.
I get that awkwardness out of the way sometimes. If I think that I recognize somebody, they don't recognize me, I'll just like start, "Hey, Tom, it's John Collins from Nashua TV. Remember me?"
But that'll
Get
never
that out of the
happen.
way.
That'll never happen with Tim O'Neill. He's unforgettable. So.
Exactly.
Yes, right.
Oh, he just got an unforgettable from Tim. Said you're unforgettable. Tom said. I don't know if that's a compliment though, coming from Tom. He said you're
of course.
Tom King said you were unforgettable.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's not. Oh,
we were
he's
talking about old.
He's not doing. See, I'm in another room. He's not doing camera, right?
No, yeah.
No,
Michaela's
see,
on
otherwise
camera
he'd have
right
his
now.
headset on.
You just put the
Michaela, you're
headphones on.
unforgettable.
He can hear you though.
Michaela, you're unforgettable too. Can't leave you out.
Yeah, you're practically singing
Since you're
Natalie
so much
Cole
like
over there.
Since you're so much like Tim. So that's. Who else is here tonight? Is that it for the crew?
Pete was here. He's not here anymore, right? Pete Johnson. I'm so busy, I can't even go to see On Your Feet at the Algonquin Playhouse for like a 3-week run.
Oh, is that playing up there?
Yeah, it looks so good.
Oh.
Too. Gloria Estefan.
Oh,
Emilio
but Pete
story.
must be. Does Pete know that?
Oh, he must have.
He must have been there 5 times to see it already.
I'm sure he has. He probably knows the cast too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. You see that the on-deck batter thought he had struck out. He was making his way to the plate.
Yeah.
And it was only 2 strikes.
That's not a good sign.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
Yeah, it's like shows no confidence in your teammate.
It's so
like,
teammate.
I know you're gonna make out, but
watch him get a
not
hit.
yet. Oh,
well, he's
they
gonna be on
jinxed him.
base. He's gonna be on
That
base.
was no joke though. That was a
hard hit,
that was
and
a
he's
fastball right
hurt.
on the thigh.
Yeah, he's hurting.
That was a debilitating leg strike. Hope it didn't hit him in the kneecap. Boy, that was lower thigh.
Bill Kloss is out there to check him out.
Yeah. So not able to proceed to first base just yet is Ryan, who was at the dish when they had that rundown and the 3rd out. So he's reaching safely for the 3rd time if he's able to get up and go to first.
Yeah, he's moving it, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, if it didn't get boned, I think he'll be able to go on.
I'll tell you what, I'm still sore from the lacrosse ball I took in the spring.
Ooh, where? Oh, the spring? Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah,
Behind the
sore,
goal,
yeah,
right?
behind my leg. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Can
still
you
sore
imagine
there.
the goalies just taking those, like,
that's what
in the course of the game?
I can't believe. I did a lot of games with Rich, games when you couldn't do it with Rich McDonough.
Yeah.
And he was a goalie. So now we know what happened to him, right?
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, he
said you just somehow you're used to it.
The adrenaline carries you through.
Yep.
Wow. So, leadoff batter aboard as we go from one Ryan to the next. The catcher for the Suns, healthy cut. Oh, and 1 is the count. Bagshaw working and down and in.
Tell you what, John, Nashua's in a little trouble here. Kyan Bagshaw has lost a little bit of the command, and they hit him a little bit last inning. So there is definitely some action in the Silver Knights bullpen.
Yes,
I would think that this is a good situation.
Oh, it's a long run, a late
no,
break.
It's not gonna. Is he going to make it?
No, he got the deep going. He's going to take a shot at second.
And he
Force
got him.
out. What a play by Shane McNamara.
Nice deke. Wow, great job.
That is baseball IQ on display from your right fielder.
That is.
A laser to second base for the force out. And it's a fielder's choice for Ryan.
Unbelievable.
On a pop-up throw. He lost it a little bit in the sun. The first break.
Yes, he did.
Cost him a good break on the ball, but he knew just what to do. He pretended he was going to catch it, froze the runner less than halfway, and then he threw a seed to second for the force out.
That's incredible. Just incredible.
Yep.
Great play.
Yeah, Brady O'Brien made like a first baseman out there.
Yep.
And Bagshaw thanks his right fielder for that. It's a big out. Lucier, left-handed hitting,
Looking-
9 batter in the order.
Looking down in the pen, I'm thinking that it would probably be a good time for Misig, but I'm not sure if that's him. Looks, he's kind of walking around.
Yeah, he's taking his time warming up. Levine takes a shot.
He's out.
Tag out.
Yep.
I think he was safe, but they're not.
No,
gonna
I think
have a
he was
replay.
out.
Well,
I think he
tagged
was
him
out.
on the butt. So
I think he was out.
okay. I'm a base stealer, so I sympathize with the runner a lot.
Yep.
The Suns fans don't like the call. I used to say to the umpires, like, if he tags me on my butt or my back,
Well, here's what the umpires
the
do.
foot's already on the base.
Yeah, you go replay.
Yeah.
That may overturn, right? But this is
Right.
what the umpires in this league do. If the throw beats you, you're out.
Exactly. You knew he was gonna get the call.
Right.
Out
You
call.
knew it. You
Yeah.
knew it. The throw beat him.
The throw did beat him.
Yep. Throw beat him. He was out.
So Lucier now batting with nobody on. A 2-2 count. He swings through it. And that's
Nice job
turns
by
into a
Bagshaw.
1-2-3 inning,
His
Tom.
defense helps him, but he did a good job to
How does that happen?
get the outs. And Misig, if that's him, we'll have to wait another inning.
Yeah.
We have played 5.5 here at Historic Holman. As we approach the 8 o'clock hour, it is 6-4 in favor of the Silver Knights.
And the Suns will have a relief pitcher coming in for Andrew Wirtz as we get some Love Is Gone dance action in front of the Silver Knights dugout. One of the highlights of the night of these Silver Knights games.
And they've added the beach ball to the routine here.
And dodgeball.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, a little spice it up with the beach
Yeah.
ball. You got to understand something, right? These are college kids, okay?
Yeah.
They're all college kids.
It's college
remember-
night here at home.
It's college night here, but you remember what you were like in college. I remember what I was like in college, right? All right, so, but that being said, you remember when you played in college. You never played in front of this many people, and it's not a big crowd.
You're right.
These guys really love playing here.
I imagine
because
do.
they
Yeah.
play, they're treated like minor leaguers. You know, I don't think they get meal money, but they get fed after games, the whole bit. You know, I mean, they're taken care of, host families. The buses are they're these days, they're not riding a school bus, right? No offense to the school bus people, but I mean, you're not showing movies on a school bus. You know, it's not what they're for. They're there to get you there and back. So these bus rides are very comfortable. I've been on them. You know, they're just like the bus rides I took with the National Pride when I would take those. So, I mean, that's the thing. They're treated very well, and they play in front of a lot of people. They have fun taking part in the in-between inning promotions. You know, they're told, you know, this is how you have to behave, the whole bit. The kids, nobody who goes to a college baseball game asks for these guys' autographs, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they're asked all the time by
That's
kids.
pretty cool.
You know, they love playing here.
Well, you got to love baseball. You got to love playing in the FCBL if you're going to be surviving the Silver Knights schedule coming up after tonight. They're going to be traveling, Tom, as you know, right?
That's why I take that time off.
Wow.
You know, because they're on the road for that amount of time.
Yeah.
Now, we do want to give a plug to the Legion people because that's one of the reasons they're on the road. The Legion State Tournament will be here starting on Friday, the
14th?
The following.
The 21st.
21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and that Tuesday, the 25th.
The 5th. Wow, that's chunk where they're going to be
double
away.
elimination tournament.
Yeah.
8-team double elimination.
That turns into the FCBL All-Star break, which they have well after the midway point of the season.
Right.
On the 25th, right? Where's that game? Tuesday?
That's going to be in Vermont.
In Vermont. So relief pitcher into the game for the Suns.
And that's the most out-of-the-way spot to have it. The Britons had it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Now Vermont has it, but it's also the league's I want to say flagship team, but Worcester was the big leader in attendance, and now Vermont has been a leader in attendance. Although I think Worcester might have overtaken them not only in the standings. Worcester's overtaken them in the standings, but also in attendance.
Hard hit at the shortstop. Up with it smoothly is Baker Davis. 1 up, 1 down in the Silver Knights.
Now I want you to look at the stance
6th
of Teddy Cashman.
Okay. Will it remind me of somebody?
No, but it's pretty unorthodox. You see it more from the third base side. All right, there's the bat on the shoulders. Look at the bat. Look how high it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's his stance, and he bends down and then comes down.
I'll tell you who that reminds me of. Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani, yeah, maybe. Yep.
Yep. Right there. That's not a bad guy to copy. And a fly ball left field that's going to be tracked by Taylor. He's had a busy night out there tonight. 2 up, 2 down in the Silver Knights 6th inning. And back to the top of the order, Luca Giolongo. 0 for 2 with a walk, stolen base, and a run scored. He was robbed of a hit by the third baseman, Matt Ryan, charging a swing and bunt.
Pittsfield pitching has retired the last 10 Silver Knights in this game.
Yeah. Silver Knights offense is slowed considerably after that 4-run first inning. They did put up a pair in the third, but kind of struggling offensively all of a sudden. Giolonga could change that. With this at bat here, it's scooped behind the plate by Ryan.
He's up 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes to Luca. Yeah, the schedule I was looking at, I don't know if they added some because of rainouts or anything, but it's pretty much packed until next Saturday. So they're going to go straight Pittsfield, doubleheader at Vermont, at Brockton, at New Britain. Back here for 1 on Monday the 17th.
Yeah, and the reason that game is Monday, which is
Yeah.
normally the league day off, is because the league had scheduled them on that Friday, which was the Legion tournament opener, and so they had to move it.
All right.
So that's
And
why
then
that game is then.
Right back on the road to Westfield, Brockton. Ground ball, and again, shortstop. Oh, throws it a hoop high, and a 2-out error puts Giolongo at second base.
Yep.
The ball makes its way to the dugout.
So all the great plays made by Baker at short.
Yeah.
That time an error because of the speed of Giolongo, because that speed that you know all about, because he played near Pittsfield last year. He played in Westfield. So they play each other a lot during the course of the season because they're right next to each other. So they knew about Giolongo's speed, and so that makes them hurry.
Yeah, I want to say something about that as far as on-base percentage in a second. Baker Davis, the shortstop, that's when you know you have an arm and a half. When you can throw the ball from about knee high, and you're in danger of an overthrow from there.
I know.
That thing just was rising.
He's got a great arm.
He does, but he couldn't control it that time, and so Luca's at second base. But you saw this kind of the speed was a factor there, right? It was a little bit of rushed play.
He had to rush the throw. It was a speed. It was a factor on the throw he made on the little bloop to third base when I was down there that you thought might have been foul.
Major league statisticians do not credit that.
Oh, he's going to third now.
He's in no man's land.
Yep.
He's going to hustle back. He's going to make it.
He's going to make it. That's incredible. How do you do that?
Yeah, and that's the question of the catcher needed to make up his mind earlier when he had him halfway. There's almost no good decision in that
I would have thought that Giolongo might have gone all the way to try third. But he would have been out, but still it's a gamble.
Probably the only thing that the catcher could have done is charge out towards shortstop, fake the throw to second,
right,
and get Giolongo to commit further.
Here's
to
the thing now. They've got to take advantage of it.
They do.
They've been given an out.
Yeah.
They've been given 2 outs already.
Yeah, right.
Right? 2 extra outs.
Yeah.
On one hitter, or one guy.
Yeah, I was going to say Major League statisticians do not credit that toward your on-base percentage.
No, they don't.
Play, and they should. Because that happens more often.
You talk about the error?
The error.
Yes, that's right.
That happens more often to speedy guys.
Well,
that
because
hustle.
yeah, right. But it's I don't know. It's hard to do that, John. Really is, because you figure a good throw would get him, so it still is the fielder's fault.
Oh, it is. But the on-base percentage, I think that would show the difference between the speedy hustle guys. And ground balls hit softly to the right side, and play is made. It was close.
Very close.
But no argument. And
so they do not take advantage of the situation.
McDermott retired.
Yep. So we played 6 full here at Holman. It's 6-4. Let's take a look at the standings. Worcester is in first place at 28-12. Good year for the Bravehearts, who missed the playoffs a year ago. They weren't going to do that 2 years in a row. You guarantee you that. John Creedon owns that team as well as he owns this one. Just like this team won't miss the playoffs next year. I guarantee you that.
6-time champions. That doesn't sit well not to make the playoffs.
Doesn't sit well. 26-14 are the Vermont Lake Monsters after last night's loss. Norwich is right behind them, 24-16. And New Britain is the same, 24-16. Now, the bottom half, gonna be tough for any of these guys to catch the playoff teams. Pittsfield's 9 is their misprint in the standings. They're 9.5 out. They are 18-21. So they're 5.5 out of a playoff spot. Westfield is next, 16-22. They're 11 games out of first, 7 out of a playoff spot. And Nashua, 4 games behind Westfield. So they're still, as well as they played, still 11 games out. And I was right. That was Alex Miesig, who is warming up in the bullpen, and now he comes into the game to try to preserve a 2-run lead, 6-4. And then Nashua 13-27 and Brockton 9-30. A tough year for the Brockton Rocks.
They won that home run derby we saw, right? Wasn't it Brockton?
Yeah, because
that was one of the 9 wins.
Yeah, because because Nashua set up Walkley because of the home runs, and Brendan Martin was the manager of the night. He's been away. So, and my favorite time is coming, John Collins.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Your
coming
vacation?
Nope, coming up the steps. Well, that's my second favorite time. This is my second favorite time, but my favorite time is Silver Knight games.
Oh, the food.
Yes, the food.
I should have guessed. Yeah, I did guess.
Thank you, sir. Yep. He was gonna go walk by me. They haven't been told that this is the first stop. How can they do that? How can they do that?
How can they ignore the king?
Exactly.
The royal treatment is expected.
Exactly. Speaking of King, right, exactly. So.
Jimmy King draws leadoff duty for the Suns, who are within striking distance.
Now, there's a lot of work to be done before vacation starts.
Fastball away, 1-all.
Stadium golf tournament is taking place at Manchester Country Club. We've got a few locals in that are still alive, including the past 2 champions that are local, James Pleat of Nashua and last year's champion, Brandon Gillis.
And the football continues to be tossed. Players keeping their arms warm down there between starts and relief appearances. That was outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's a bullpen game now, John, and this is a...
It's funny how it's lighter now than it was like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I know it.
The skies are lighter.
They're darker over towards the east.
Yeah. That was fouled back, and it's a 2-2 count. The more I see about that July 28th game, the more I'm seeing sellout. So much going on. We mentioned Monkey Boy fouled off to the right again. Also on the schedule, it's camp night and baseball card giveaway night on the same Friday night, when I believe they also have Atlas fireworks, right?
Yes, it's the fire. Oh, it should be packed.
Yeah,
should be one of the better crowds of the season they've had some good crowds already.
Right.
And this isn't a bad crowd for a Wednesday night.
It isn't. That ball's well struck, but it's right at Luca.
Yep.
And he's cruising to his right.
There is barely a ball in center field that Luca Giolongo will not get to, which is why I don't know what colleges are looking or not looking at.
Yeah.
This kid should be playing next year, and let's hope he is.
Some great outfield play in the All-Star game last night that saved Garrett Cole in the first inning. They had bookend catches in right and center right up against the wall. But
Now, I'll have to talk to Mr. Cashman out there in left field about why the Yankees are so reliant on Garrett Cole.
That's the ace?
I mean, that's it. He's the ace. If they don't get a good game from him, they're in deep doo-doo.
Well, as you mentioned, the Major League world has turned upside down with some of the usual also-rans having great seasons at the top of the standings for a change, and it seems like the Yankees and Red Sox struggling. And also a little bit of it here in the Silver Knights season. They're usually up in the top of the standings. Strike, a generous strike call there. It looked like over the chalk of the right-handed batter's box. 1-2 is the count. And it's hit hard to center, but again, Giolongo
slipped.
He did.
Slipped a little
on
bit.
The grass a little bit.
Yep.
2 outs on 2 line drives to center.
Now batting from the University of Pennsylvania.
They may try to get a couple innings out of Misig if they can. George Welch, the hard-throwing lefty who's been the closer for this team, is got a scar tissue issue in his left arm. He did an MRI on Monday, and they were afraid that there was a tear somewhere, but there isn't. It was just scar tissue, and he'll be, rehab it for a week, and then they'll see. I can't imagine he'd come back this year, but who knows? It's not career threatening. He's got another year eligibility.
That's a strike on the outside corner.
So we'll see. But that's one pitcher down, and they've been using Wake Forest Jim Ray. So Will Ray. Will Ray, who's been their closer, was a hard luck loser at Norwich the other night on Saturday. Saved the game last night, came in and got a double play to get to end the game. So we'll see if he comes. We'll see if that's how they do it.
Davis Baker in a battle here with Misig. It's a 2-2 count with 2 outs and nobody on in the Suns' 7th. Davis Baker plays for University of Pennsylvania.
I did a story on Ray about a week ago. He had pitched in the College World Series with Wake Forest.
Nice.
And they were eliminated by the national champion LSU Tigers.
Wow, they were stacked, LSU.
Yeah, and they beat LSU, I think, in the early in the tournament. I think, I'm not sure. I think they did.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And
then they lost
on the ropes a little bit.
Yeah, they lost him in the rematch.
Yeah.
Yep. Ray got in. I don't know what games he pitched.
Wake Forest had a great year.
There's a record year for them. Record wins at Wake Forest. They hadn't only the last time they were at the College World Series was, or the last time they won it was in the 1950s. So.
That's going back.
Yep. It was a good year for ACC baseball.
The 3-2 pitch. Outside ball. Oh!
Got him. Yeah, they've been, Pittsfield bench has not liked a lot of the calls from behind the plate. But and that
Baker
one
actually
was,
showed his coach. He showed him like almost a foot outside when he walked off.
I don't know if it was that far off, but it was. You had a better angle. What did you think?
I think that that was terrible. I hate to say it. You can't give that. You can't give that pitch to.
Don't hold back, John Collins. Say what's on your mind. Don't sugarcoat it.
As a left-handed batter, and I want to be on first right there. The batter won the battle.
You're biased, lefty hitter.
I am. But they even had some two-seam movement on it. You know what I mean? It was like moved further away as it got
when's
closer.
the next junket, baseball junket for you? The tournament. Whatever tournament.
Probably not to November. Speaking of that, I was invited to play in a mixed-age charity game at Hadlock on Friday night. And it's probably my one and only ever chance that I would ever get to play where the Portland Sea Dogs play.
Yep.
And I'm having to say no because I got mandated to work overtime that night. I was so grateful to be asked, you know. And,
that's not bad. What's the charity, how were you asked?
Scotty Blakely asked me.
Well,
it is to fundraise money for the Drew Cepaletti Memorial Scholarship Fund.
It's got to be Maine oriented, right?
Yes, it is, and
Yeah.
you can look it up. He spells it's spelled Cepaletti, Ceppetelli, Cepatelli, Drew Cepatelli Memorial Scholarship Fund. You can read all about him. Teams. It's a North Shore League based game that they do have a Maine connection to use the facilities. I actually did play-by-play up there for the local Maine cable last year. When Scotty texted me, I thought he wanted me to do that again. He said, I want you to be a player this year. I was like, I'd love to be a player, but I can't make it.
Was it the same game you did the play-by-play for?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a team in the North Shore League that's out of Maine?
Oh, a plunk job to begin the
but a soft pitch.
seventh. Yeah.
He got hit the other night in the helmet, Friday night.
So he'll take it off the shoulder of the
Yeah,
back.
and he was a little. They went out and looked at him for a while. I think they may have done a real quick concussion test.
Yeah.
But he was definitely checked out by Bill Kloss. There's no doubt about it. Got to take advantage of these leadoff hitters being on. If the Pittsfield bullpen will do that, then you've got Shane McNamara up now. You don't want to have the double play ball. Want to avoid that at all costs. Nashua needs to add. Nashua needs some more runs in this game.
So I told Scotty, hey, how about Kamal Assar, my former teammate on the adult league game? He played his baseball at Roger Williams. Professional photographer. His name is Kamal Assar, and he played in the North Shore League for like 30 years. He played until he was almost like 50.
Right.
And really good player. Think of Luca Giolongo type of player.
Wow.
Played for a lot of years. Still in tremendous shape. And
Still have that speed? Still have a quick burst?
I think he does, yes, because he kept himself. But,
well,
you know.
if it's in a league with 50-years, he's got to be faster.
Yeah.
If he's got a little bit of speed, he's got to be faster than everybody else.
No, he stayed fast, and he's kept in shape. But he became a very in-demand professional photographer, and he's worked his way up now. He is the official photographer of Weird Al Yankovic, and he went on a worldwide tour recently with him.
Weird Al.
Weird Al's in his 60s.
And still doing his act?
He is just unstoppable.
Still doing his act.
He's booked solid. He's unbelievable. He goes to Europe. He goes to Australia. He took Kamal with him.
Well, these are like all these rock acts, like the Rolling Stones, that are in their 70s and pushing 80, that are still doing their music.
Yep.
Still doing tours. It's
He's
incredible.
Still filling places.
Now, I'll tell you what. Somebody else told me the other night that someone they knew they worked with went to a Shania Twain concert.
Okay.
I mean, Shania Twain, that's a long time. We're talking 80s here.
Oh, we are, right?
You know? I mean, come on.
Shania Twain. Married
She's
to Tim McGraw.
She's got to be in her
son of Tug
60s,
McGraw.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
Son of Tug McGraw, and of course, this is the 50th anniversary year.
You Gotta Believe?
Of You Gotta Believe.
Strike three, so after the hit by pitch, Shane McNamara goes down.
1973, and of course, no one knows what we're talking about there.
Yeah.
And the last time, the late Tug McGraw, who I interviewed when he was at the, and you may have too, I don't know.
I did at the Grand State Baseball dinner.
Yeah.
He was a guest.
Yeah, he was.
And that was right before he was diagnosed with brain cancer, Tom,
exactly.
as you know. It was very sad.
Yep.
But, first pitch swinging, and it's foul off the bat of Brady O'Brien. Good swing. Having to return to first base, Kyle Wolf would reach by a hit by
But here's the origin of Tug McGraw's slogan, which was "You Gotta Believe." Ya gotta believe. Y-A and G-O-T-T-A-B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know, you gotta believe. That was for those who don't know, that was the 1973 Mets. They were like 12 games out in September. or late August, and they came back. They were below 500. They came back to win the division, the National League East. And at that time, there were no wild cards. You had to win your division to get into the playoffs. And almost. And they finished 3 games above 500, knocked off the Cincinnati Reds, who were very good at the time, upset them in the NLCS, which was only a 5-game series at the time. And then they played the Oakland A's in the World Series and had a 3-2 lead in games before they went out to Oakland and lost in 7 games. So, but in August, the chairman of the team, the chairman of the ownership group that owned the Mets, M. Donald Grant was his name.
Well, good memory.
Went down. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you why I know this, because there was an article in the Daily News on Sunday, and I read it. And M. Donald Grant went down into the locker room to give his players a pep talk, and they're all like, "Oh, what is this guy doing in here?" And so he's talking, and all of a sudden McGraw blurts out, "You gotta believe."
McGraw said that in the middle of the meeting?
Blurts out while in the middle of the meeting. And
ground ball at the shortstop.
Double play.
Bobble and throw in time.
Throws him out in time, but
no
it's only
double play.
No double play, so it's only 1 out.
And into scoring position goes Wolf.
Yep.
2 out.
So, and then McGraw had to go and meet with M. Donald Grant, who wasn't happy because he was interrupted.
Oh.
And he had to tell Grant that he wasn't trying to show him up, that he was trying to get everybody all riled up.
Wow.
How about that? But it stuck. The slogan stuck.
Story.
The slogan stuck.
Love it.
And that was a New York Mets team. And can you tell me who the manager was, John?
Yogi Berra?
Yes. Very good. Very good.
Man.
Yep.
That's
And
right.
can you tell me another player, a Hall of Famer, a legendary baseball player who played on that team and actually played in that World Series?
The Seaver? Or Nolan Ryan?
No, Seaver was on the team.
Willie Mays?
You got it.
Tim O'Neill got it.
Yeah, Tim O'Neill got it.
Yeah.
Very good, Tim O'Neill. Tim O'Neill, shame on you for helping him.
Yeah, he just wanted some credit. He knew that. He knew that answer. Tim's
Good. He can tell us afterwards. I wanted to stump the Collins.
Yeah. So he was near the end of his career then, was he?
Yeah, well, I think that was his last year. Pretty sure.
Wow.
He was a shell of his former self.
Sure. Yeah.
But here's a play that I'll always remember. That's
Hard
a
hit.
base hit.
Base hit with 2 outs.
It's
Matt
going to roll all the
Alexander.
way out. It's going to be a run.
He's going to try for 2. Throw to second.
He's going to make it.
Matt Alexander with a clutch 2-out double. A 7-4 Silver Knights lead. They're up by 3.
That is a big hit. A leg double by Alexander, who got a fastball and just lines it up that left center field gap that we were talking about. And because of that gap, the ball had legs.
And you could see the shortstop
just
is
missed it by
upset with
about
himself.
it missed it by about I'd say a good 6 inches.
He's more upset not that he missed the ball in the leap, but that he didn't get that double play.
Yeah, I think so.
That was the run at second
That was
base.
the run at second base, and that was a tailor-made double play. So
he got the 1, but it left the runner in scoring position, and Matt Alexander comes through. It was the hardest hit ball by a Silver Knights batter since about the first inning, I think.
But anybody who watched that 73 World Series, there was a play at home plate where a Met was thrown out, and Willie Mays was the on-deck hitter. I believe he was the on-deck hitter and not the base runner. And a runner was thrown out, and Willie Mays was on his knees, pounding the ground.
I remember that highlight.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I don't think he was the base runner. I think he was the on-deck hitter.
He disagreed with the call, right?
Oh, vehemently.
Swing and a miss, and
almost.
nearly into right field, but it is the 3rd out of the inning. Silver Knights do pick up an insurance
That's a big run.
though.
Yep,
we go to the
7-4. A
8th.
little bit of breathing room now for Alex Misek. But I'll never forget that. That was my lasting image of Willie Mays, and I believe he was done after that
You
year.
can YouTube that play.
Yeah, you probably can,
At
right?
home plate 73 World Series. So, yeah, fun
You know
times.
what's depressing, since we're casting, is, I have the Yes Network on my dish, and they have Yankee Classics, right?
Yes.
And a lot of those games are, here's the bowling thing right here.
Yeah.
There it is. It's the promotion I told you about. All the Yes Network does, a lot of those games are from the postseasons of the late 70s when the Yankees were winning World Series back then.
Yeah.
And, the whole broadcast crew is dead.
Oh, yeah.
Keith Jackson,
Right.
Howard Cosell.
Right.
Don't know if one of their color guys. Yeah, Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver would be doing it with NBC.
He had a yellow jacket on, too, at one point, I
Yeah,
think.
with Garagiola.
Yeah.
It's sad. It really is.
Yeah. Decades of baseball experience. And going back to that New Hampshire Grand State baseball dinner night, that was such a memorable night for me. I talked to Johnny Pesky after that dinner for about 45 minutes.
Yep.
He had a driver that was going to take him home after. Bill Lee was a guest speaker at that one, too.
Yeah, Lee's been here, too. He's appeared at Holman a few times,
but
too.
Lee and Tug McGraw went down to the Bedford Sheraton Wayfarer bar right after that.
Yep.
It was down the hallway from where the banquet was held.
Right.
And I stumbled on them. I didn't go there to drink. I heard they were down there, so I went down there, and they were telling baseball stories. And Lee was telling me about Dr. Strangelove and when Johnny Pesky was the manager of the Red Sox and how he got into an argument with the first baseman about the fact that he was supposed to sacrifice bunt and he wouldn't. It was Dick, what was the name of who's Dr. Strangeglove? The guy that supposedly had a higher batting average, defensive percentage.
that I don't know. Miesig is out now. Miesig is out for another inning. He is here to pitch the eighth.
You probably don't get a lot of souvenirs from covering players. You probably just don't ask for it. But I got an autographed baseball from Bill Lee that night that said Bill Lee Earth. Check swing bunt's going to be in fair territory, and Levine's going to play it off his back.
And what's the call going to be?
It's an error on the catcher.
No, runner's out.
Oh, he was right on the chalk.
The home plate umpire called him out. He's right on the chalk.
That is a really tough call.
That is.
I mean, where's he supposed to go, Tom? Because he wasn't in the
box. And now, where's the argument from the manager?
He's right there at third base, Coach.
Oh, there he is. Okay, I see him. Yep, okay.
He's asking where he was supposed to go.
That was right on the chalk. And
it's
he's
a
not
totally
going
a judgment
now,
call.
Are they going to ask the first base umpire? Can they appeal to him? Because the home plate umpire made the call.
And you know what? Being a judgment call and not able. Oh, somebody got tossed. It was the runner at first.
Oh boy. Oh, here we go. This is going to be interesting.
By the third base umpire threw him out.
Yeah, he did.
It wasn't even the first base umpire that threw him out. Oh, that's a head
How does
shaker.
that happen?
I don't know. That's I think the manager and he's gone.
Yeah.
And he had all he could stand.
He throws the helmet down. You better be careful.
And he just kind of tapped him on the arm.
He's gonna. Well, John.
I think, Tom, you're going to give another text.
We're going to get another text, and we saw this one, right?
You did.
We saw this one.
Oh, he is hot.
He is really hot.
And he kind of took it out on the third base ump, and he gets double tossed.
So that means he's going to be. He'll definitely be suspended. They've got to get between them. They've got to get him out of there.
Oh man,
they're not. They're not. They're not. This is getting physical.
One of the biggest guys in the.
That has got to be one of the most
staff.
vehement arguments and bad situations. And I'll tell you what, whatever Joe Logan did for 4 games, I give this guy 5.
Tom, I don't know if this is.
You cannot do that.
Is Kevin Donati the head coach?
It is Donati, I'm pretty sure.
And then assistant would be Alex Carasato. Bench coach Chris Barbarotta.
Don't know who's going to run the team. Doesn't matter. This guy's out of there.
I mean, 3 guys got tossed. The batter and 2, the head coach, and
That's it, right? Or did the assistant coach get tossed
I think
too?
they both did. I think they head coach got tossed earlier, and it was the assistant coach got tossed earlier, and the head coach went crazy. But
now they've got to call time until he gets off the field, right?
Yeah, he's got to exit stage left.
He's got to get out of there. The dugout's not going to do it. He's got to get his stuff and get out of there.
You know what really set
I
them
call
off?
time until the guy leaves the field.
The third base umpire injected himself
Well,
into that.
hold on a second here. Why are they still? Why there's no third base coach, right?
There is no third base coach.
No.
Oh, here he comes. Somebody's been designated to put the helmet on and walk over
Right,
there.
right,
There are no
exactly.
signs going to be given, though. Still a 3-run game.
I only see one guy leaving, so I don't know who else was tossed besides the player.
Well, I saw the indication toward both of those coaches. One was kind of milder, and then you saw the last one.
No, the other one was trying to.
The
get
first
in
one was to
between.
the batter, who was standing over by first base about 100 feet away from the third base umpire who threw him out of the game. And the guy that got thrown out of the game, the batter, was standing next to the first base umpire.
So a little excited. I thought the fans would get a little more into it. They didn't really get into it at all. Are you kidding me? If this was a Thursday or a Tuesday where the beer is half off, they'd be all over them.
Oh, probably right.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
This was a very tame crowd.
Well, they were getting what they wanted. I mean, they were seeing the other team's people get tossed. So.
Oh, you got to
It was
get
kinda
into
like-
it though. You got to get into it. But that was, I mean, he threw the stuff down, threw the helmet down, the
Yeah.
whole bit.
Yeah, and there was I don't know if you call it a jab on the right shoulder that will probably
Yep.
come back to haunt him a little bit in that melee. And it's on video, I believe.
Yeah, oh, it is.
It's on Nashua.
It's not Nashua ETV.
Oh, boy. So, Bellucci, Joe, he's got some footage to look at, I suppose. What triggered the coaching staff, though, I think was not so much the play, which they disagree with the call, of course, was the third base umpire walking over and tossing out the batter from
Well, I would have a
distance.
problem with that too. From a
Yeah.
distance, what did he do? He didn't flip anybody the finger
He
or anything
must
like
have been
that, right?
yelling
There was no
something
obscene
towards the-
gesture.
yeah, there was a discussion at home plate, and the batter who was standing near first was saying something that was heard like 90 feet away. And it just caused the third base umpire to have rabbit ears and throw him out. And that's when the coach said, "What are you doing throwing my player out from over here? Who asked you?"
Yep. I know, really.
Yeah. 3 balls and no strikes to count. There's 2 outs in the inning. Somehow. 3 ejections and 2 outs.
And he physically made contact with the umpire.
He did, yeah. You saw that.
Yep, yeah.
Strike. 3-1. It's Miesig. Almost could have asked for some warm-up tosses after that lengthy discussion. And expulsions. The 3-2 pitch on the way. High left side, it goes out of view and out of play. 3-2 the count. Miesig trying not to let the Suns get a base runner aboard here. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Miesig with some high heat. And nobody left, so we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Chance of some insurance runs for the Silver Knights, who are up 3, 7-4.
Hi, I'm Madison Hawks. I'm one of the admissions counselors for Riviera University. We are a small private Catholic university based here in New Hampshire. We are 49th in the country for nursing and #1 in the state for nursing. And our motto is transforming hearts and minds to serve the world.
Hi, I'm Jack Berrigan. I'm also an admissions counselor at Riviera University, and we think you would be an awesome fit at our university.
Hi, my name is Jared Bine. I'm a career counselor for the New Hampshire Army National Guard. Here tonight to talk the good word about the National Guard, how you can serve part-time, getting full-time benefits. Our biggest education benefit that we hold is 100% tuition waiver to all of our state schools here in New Hampshire. So it's a great thing to serve part-time while going to school full-time, get an additional paycheck, so you don't have to have a little bit less stress during the school year.
Hi, good evening. My name is Tony Tredeller. I'm the Director of Admissions at Fitchburg State University, located in Fitchburg, Mass. Fitchburg State's about 45 minutes from where we are here tonight in Nashua, New Hampshire. So we're not a far distance away where students get to go away to school, but not too far. We have about 3,200 undergraduate students. We have over 30 different academic majors that students can choose from, and a lot to do outside of the classroom as well. Over 75 student clubs, organizations. We have 17 varsity sports teams, and we're an NCAA Division III school. So if you're interested in getting a great education at an affordable cost, even for an out-of-state student coming from New Hampshire, we certainly want you to check Fitchburg State out. Come visit us. You can sign up online at fitchburgstate.edu/visit. Thanks, and I hope you have a great evening.
Game that got fiery there in the top of the 8th inning. 3 ejections.
Oh, did it ever?
Now, my take on that play there is that
would
have been, the first baseman, Walkley, would have probably had a short hop that if he got by the runner.
Right.
As a fielder that has had that situation where you're trying to throw it past a runner that's kind of blocked, every step he's blocking you more, you almost have to ignore him.
Right.
And throw a really, you have to play catch with the guy you're throwing to and just keep the ball up.
Right.
And make him like catch it around his head or a little bit higher.
Yep.
And, don't throw it low. But Silver Knights.
You kind of have to. What you got to do is you got to throw at the angle. You got to get the outside angle. You got to move your body to the outside or the inside and throw that angle.
Yeah, and of course, if Levine had taken maybe one more step toward his own dugout, he would have had a better angle.
Right. Exactly.
He kind of threw it like a shortstop on the run.
He tried to sidewind it.
Yeah.
And to try to throw around the runner. That's a difficult throw.
And Ford just jumps up and gloves it. Flips to first, 1 up, 1 down in the Silver Knights' 8th.
Now batting from Lafayette College, the left fielder number 13, Teddy Cashman.
So Kyle Levine retired, and here's Teddy Cashman. 0 for 3 with a run batted in on a fielder's choice. Trying to get on base with 1 out here in the 8th. First pitch swing, ground ball toward the shortstop. Baker Davis has it, fires across just in time for out number 2.
I tell you what, though, you can tell why Cashman is attractive to colleges because of the fact he's got speed, right? Yep. He's got that speed. He's been close, all 4 times, hasn't he?
It has, and he's just got to try to not hit it at somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Make him move a little bit.
Right.
Luca Giolongo getting up for the 5th time tonight. Has reached on an error and walk, scored a run. Officially 0 for 3, looking for his first hit. Bends back from some chin music, and it's 1-0. Aaron Forges trying to get a 1-2-3 inning out of the Silver Knights, and the Suns looking for a dramatic comeback in the 9th. Look out.
Thought he was going to slice it down the line. Ended up being a foul ball.
Fir trees to the right. Is Messi still going to play in that league with the Revolution and stuff? Is
he signed it. He signed a deal with Miami, right? That's going to be a base hit.
And Baker Davis gets there, but he wasn't going to get Giolongo anyway. 2-out hit. Luca does have a hit on the night. On base with 2 outs, and probably look for him to go as we play with house money here.
Sure.
In the 8th.
He's reached base 3 times. He's been up 5.
Jack McDermott 2 for 4.
I think it's going to be more of a hit and run than a straight steal. We'll see what they do.
That would be exciting if you could put one in the gap when he's on the move. That's off the plate outside. This might be the pitch to do it on. 1-0 offering.
Got to steal anytime he's on the bases. Nope.
To left, tracking, and he's got it. Taylor makes the play. So that is the third out of the inning, and the Silver Knights will try to nail it down in the top of the ninth. 7-4, the home team leads it here on a Wednesday, July 12th. Here on Nashua TV, we've had our Hudson cable TV viewers and Merrimack TV viewers along tonight live. Michaela Savageau and Tim O'Neill on camera tonight with our executive producer Pete Johnson.
So when is Michaela? Michaela's going to go. She's got about another month of vacation, right? She's got to go back to school, I think.
When's the first day of school going back?
At the college?
First day of classes is, did you say August 23rd? They get cheated, Tom. They get cheated.
I'll tell you what.
Summer.
I'll tell you what.
And it's her birthday.
Yeah, today is her birthday?
Present.
Happy birthday,
no,
Michaela.
August 23rd.
Oh, August 23rd is her birthday.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All
which
right.
is going to be the first day of school back.
Oh, no.
I know.
That's terrible.
That's especially because it should be still in the summer vacation.
No kidding. Well, don't forget, John, they get out in early May.
I guess.
What do you mean you guess?
I mean, I wouldn't trade it, though. We had it.
They're off from early May.
Yeah,
so they're off from early May. So you're early May,
you
right?
don't have to go back till after.
Say you're
Labor
May
Day,
10th, right? Say you're May 10th,
yeah,
right?
May 10th, yeah.
Right. So June 10th is 1. July 10th is 2. August 8th. You're off for over 3 months. Over 3. What more do you want to give them?
You're taking away quality summer days from me. I can't have it.
Well, I'll tell you. Let me tell you. Now I got one other one for you. Let me tell you who's going to be in school at that point in time. Bishop Girton.
Bishop Girton.
They will be in school then.
Yeah. Is that news?
No, well, I mean, that's for a high school?
They're all going back, though.
No,
right?
they're all going back maybe a week later, right before Labor Day, all that, So, but BG will be in, before Labor Day, BG will be in school for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Just about, yep.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because Nashua goes back the week before, that Labor Day weekend. They'll start the middle of that week, right?
Yeah.
Before Labor Day weekend.
Well, that's just cutting into summer months.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it.
I liked it when the olden days when we used to go back after Labor Day.
I think it's against nature to send kids, to send high school kids and grammar school kids back to school before Labor Day.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not, and they do it in Northern Mass too.
Right.
But I wouldn't cry too much for Michaela. She gets a lot of summertime. Goes by
On her
fast.
birthday, though?
Well,
That's awful.
That's tough.
That's 2 strikes. 1 and 2 count.
They're gonna have Misik finish this out if he can. There's another lefty warming up in the pen.
You're going to see a lot of this Pittsfield team, huh, Tom? Doubleheader tomorrow in Pittsfield?
Yeah.
Foul tipped into the mid, strike 3.
Doubleheader in Pittsfield.
Conversation with the home plate umpire and another ejection.
Oh, man. 2 players tossed.
And it wasn't because of the swing and the foul tip into the mid. It was because of the strike calls earlier in the count.
Yep.
Now batting.
So I don't know if this umpire crew has any idea of going to Pittsfield tomorrow, but we probably should get some other crew if that was on the schedule.
You hear that, son? You hear it. Somebody said you might as well get thrown out now.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Pete Johnson, by the way, informed me quite a while ago that there's a big Nesson game here on July 20th.
Yes, there is.
They're going to televise the July 20 game.
Thursday night games this year for the Nesson games in the league. Thursday nights.
Right.
Because the Red
McDermott,
Sox have 4 straight Thursdays that they're off.
That's the Brockton Rocks game
against
the Silver Knights here. So down to their last out of their Piittsfield Suns and maybe down to the last few players. If anybody else wants to get ejected, they should speak now.
Or forever hold their peace.
Yeah. The 9-hitter there.
In any event, John Collins, I am going to head down on the field so I
right.
can get Kyle Jackson before he takes off. So We will talk to you down the road.
All right, Tom. Enjoy that vacay. The 1-0 pitch from Misig. He misses again low. 2 balls and no strikes. Lucier struck out a couple of times in this game. Trying to avoid that. Here to close it is one of the Silver Knights pitchers getting some work in down there in the bullpen. The 2-0, and that's inside. 3-0. I don't know if Misig's on a pitch count, but he's in danger of walking a batter here while there's relief activity in the bullpen. I don't know if Kyle Jackson would think of bringing in a reliever with a 3-run lead and 2 outs. The pitch. That's a strike. Over the outer third. 7-4. The Silver Knights lead it. Lucier choking up on the bat a little bit. The 3-1 pitch is on the way. Ball 4. He does walk him with 2 outs. Pittsfield trying to get the tying run to the plate, which would be in the on-deck circle at this point as we go back to the top of the order.
The second baseman, number 14, Jimmy King.
Jimmy King has hit a couple of atom balls tonight. One at the center fielder, one at the right fielder as part of an 0 for 4 to this point. Strike call, generous strike call. Appear to be off the plate toward the left-handed batter's box. Draws a shake of the head from King. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Strike 2. About knee high. That could be right over the heart of the plate. King getting a little bit maybe too selective in that instance. And the Suns down to their last strike as the home team crowd claps rhythmically here at Holman. The pitch is grounded to the right side. Matty Alexander with a tough hop makes the play, and that ends the ball game. On a ground out to second base, the Silver Knights win 7-4. The first inning, again, the big one for Nashua as they put up 4 runs. Held the Suns to 4 and added, the Silver Knights did 3 runs along the way.
Our next home game is Monday, July.
So we will look forward to bringing you the July 28 game, Monkey Boy Camp Night, fireworks, and just a lot of fun as the Silver Knights will continue their schedule with some travel coming up. Thank you to our, again, Hudson viewers, Merrimack viewers, our camera crew, Michaela and Tim, and my partner, Tom King. I'm John Collins saying good night from Holman Stadium, everybody.